Rickshaw here. I see I got 4 of you guys already. Leave a message here if I can see it. 5. Cool. Folks are coming in. I know a lot of guys got the the wrong time. I got a whole bunch of emails and texts and stuff on Messenger that the time was wrong. So I don't know what's up with that. It's been like this though for a while. Glad you're here. Just chilling. My little buddy is at the neighbor's. He'll be back in a little bit. He's got some good little buddies that he swims with, and now they're playing over there. He brought his checkers over the other day, but he didn't bring them today, so that's kind of cool. We're slowly getting this place pulled together. Just a slow process. We should have furniture in here next month. Hey, Mams, how you doing? But I got dinner cooking. I put the chicken legs in the Dutch oven with some ghee, so that's cooking slow. I got him some potatoes cooking. He loves potatoes. Hey, Steve. Hey, hey. But we different things here have been kind of wonky. Like my hey Todd, Pennsylvania trucker. Hey, how you doing? But my I got something on my teeth. Was eating a pretzel. My Wi-Fi is supposed to be 1,000 for the streaming for the TV, which works good, and then 300 for the uploads, and it hasn't been. It's just been terrible. If I go to upload a 10, 12-minute vlog, it takes an hour or so. So it kind of sucks. All right, Pennsylvania trucker. And I called him today to let him know this was going on. The girl said, we'll send a guy out. Well, all of a sudden, it's working good. So they might have clicked the switch down at the office or something, or had me on a different plan. But it's working good now. So I don't know if a guy's going to come or not. She said they'll call when he's in the area. So I said, okay, cool. She thought it might be the equipment. But it's working good now. My T-Mobile, I got the T-Mobile SIM card in the phone, and I got it from Walmart. And the guy said it's $40 a month. Well, the month has gone by. I've never gotten a single text message from anybody, even though some sent me some. I don't get them. So that was kind of weird. And I tried to log on to their site and set up the account, and it don't let me because it sends a 6-digit code, which I don't get because I don't get any text messages. So I wound up going to the T-Mobile store. I called, they said you should go over to the store. So I went over there, a young dude. He had me fixed up in no time. He brought out his tablet, fixed it all up. I had paid him. I knew I was due to pay him. So I figured because of taxes and everything, I just sent $50. Well, it still didn't work. I've had days now, 3 days where it just didn't work. Hey, Mr. Somebody. No, I'm retired, Mr. Somebody. I'll go back to work. Heck with that. So I sent him $50. Hey, Wes, I sent him $50. Well, it was $50.76, and guess what? They suspended the account. The guy at the store was even going, man, I can't believe they did that. Hey, Sean. But that's just what happened here. We got it fixed up though. Once I went to the store, the guy fixed it up. I couldn't send them 76. They have a minimum of $5. He said going next month. It's working great. As soon as we got out of the store, man, it's working everywhere. So I'm real happy. Hey, Mike. All right, buddy. So I was pretty happy about that. And so far, things are slowly getting in order here. We're still trying to get a call back from the school for him. I've sent the paperwork in, and the thing that gets me about the government offices here, they want a fax. Okay. Hey, Doc. And I went ahead and sent it. Well, they're asking for more. Hey, Daisy. Well, the kids are doing good. Daisy, by the way. Dorothy wants to come. She's been saying that. Uh, Shaky's doing good. I'm glad my wife didn't decide to get rid of her because it's a well-trained dog. You can walk across a busy street and she'll stay right by you. So, I'm glad she didn't get rid of her because that dog goes with the kids and she's heck for snakes. Hey, Nate, how you doing, buddy? And just glad that she wants to come. I don't know if Moon will ever come. That's my wife's boy, you know what I mean? But my daughter's doing good. She's got a birthday coming up. 10 years old, they can decide if the car sells, maybe Fail get the ticket. If not, I'm going to have to work out something to get it going. We're still stuck here without a car. I did have some nice folks that sent me some bucks, and I'm just laying that. I'm not even going to spend it. I'm just laying it back, and I'm going to, see. Snake got a couple of cars. Snake? I don't know. But, that'll be nice to have some sort of a buggy. I'm sure there's ones that aren't too expensive around that you can find, but you go to any of these big car lots, you're looking at 10 grand. That's just ridiculous. I had a fellow that lives around here, was a car salesman, and said that, he sees deals a lot, in the $1,500 range. That's more my speed. I can swing that. Okay, cats. But that's still down the road. We did a big walk the other day. The boy and I, it was according to the maps with the walking thing I took, it gave me directions to get there. We found a place that sells male pouch chewing tobacco. So we decided to take a walk. Of course, after we got there and we're heading home, it started raining. The boy didn't care. And I took beautiful vlogs. I stopped on the way and was filming some of these old century homes here and doing a little bit of talking, finally getting out and doing a walk and talk for you guys. And the camera didn't work. It worked for the vlog before, my old camera, and that's the only one that would fit in the rain hood. It took a crap, so it wouldn't work. So I thought, I'll take the SIM card, put it in the new one. Wouldn't work. So I put the SIM card back in the new one, made a short vlog. Guess what? Both of them are down. So I got a hold of Sony. You can't call them. You can call them all you want. They don't answer. I got the website, and they're going to be down. The website is down. So I think it's not my cameras, because two of them aren't going to take a crap at the same time. And I put brand new memory cards in there that I actually wrapped in foil, in case of X-ray. And AM, how you doing? And I'm just like, they're not working. What happens is I put the camera on, I connected the Wi-Fi, the phone to the camera, turn off the Wi-Fi in the house, connect it to it, and then it pops up my video, and you got to click it, and it shows the very first frame of the video. Hey, Kate. Okay, great. And then I go ahead and punch it to load it to the phone, and it goes for about a minute or two, and then it goes back to processing, and then takes me all the way back to the beginning again. So it will not work. Neither camera now, guys. So I don't know what I'm going to do for vlogs. It might be till the 21st. I'm not sure. I tried again today. I was talking to my buddy on the phone, and I tried to make a couple on each one. I just held them up at the same time. I got 2 selfie sticks, 2 mics, put them on, and was doing them at the same time, and couldn't load either one of them. So I don't know what the heck's going on with that. That really sucks. But I think it's in the Sony deal. They had it was Sony 7.6, and then they said they had to upgrade. So what I did, I figured that one's corrupted or something, so I completely deleted it, and then got the new one right from the 8.1 Sony, and I put that on the phone, and it's supposed to have a bunch more stuff. And it's a little bit different, not much, but didn't work. and when you get on the website, it just says sorry. But we had a beautiful walk. We went through this really cool tunnel. The boy was just having a blast the whole way. And we have a road called, that we needed to walk on, was called Bagley. So we're cruising down the road, and the phone wasn't working for the maps. And so we took this one road, and we found out this road sucks because there was no sidewalks. It was raining, grass was all wet. So we took a right, went by a couple businesses, and we got up to the light, and I saw a girl stop, and I asked her, I said, which way is Bagley? She goes, oh, it's over this way. Okay. So we get up to the next intersection, and there's a sign for the people coming into the T that said Bagley that way. Okay, great. It's got to be close. Hey, Mike. And then we get to the next one. It's not there yet. And it had to be a mile and a half or so to get to Bagley. And we get up to Bagley, and I asked my son, I said, how you feeling, buddy? He goes, my butt is Bagley. Guys, I almost pissed my pants. That was just struck me as so funny. You know, he's been being such a fantastic kid. I'm glad I got him out of the Philippines with me, hoping to get Dorothy here. He's thriving here. He doesn't want to go back. He really likes it here. We got to get the school still situated. He, you know something, especially here, since it's him and me, he's got a great attitude. I got up this morning at 3 o'clock, and I went to the washing machines, put all my clothes in the washing machine, soap and everything, and then of course I had no, the Wi-Fi wouldn't reach, and I didn't have any data, and I'm, oh, crap, I hope I don't have to take all this out, wasted all that soap. So I came back up to the thing, it says put the washer number in. So I was able to put that in and pay, but then I had to hurry up and run over there and push the button to go because it only gives you, a short period of time. So, oh, come on. Hey, Mike. Yeah, the boy does have a fantastic disposition. He's really being a great kid. You know, he's a real loving kid. He got up this morning at must have been about 4:30, he had to pee, and he come out to me and he gave me a big hug, and he said, what you doing, Papa? And I said, well, I got the clothes in the drawer. Oh, I wanted to help you. Well, I got the clothes up here, and I folded them, just set them here in the living room. He got up without saying a word, gave me a big hug, and then he started putting his clothes in the drawer. Didn't ask him. He cleaned all his toys up. He keeps everything real neat. You look in his drawer, everything that was folded is put in there in its place. He's got his shirts here, his shorts there, his long pants here, socks are in the other one. I mean, he's just being like a super kid. And there he comes now. What?
Can I go to the store then?
Is it okay with their mom? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Bye-bye.
He's gonna go to the store with them. Real nice girl over here. She's got 2 little girls. He swims with them. He's played over there before, and they're just super nice. The little girls are real sweet twins, and he's got a lot of buddies at the pool. He's not so backwards here. You know, he's seeming to make friends a lot quicker here with a lot of people. He plays with all the kids in the playground, and he goes up and talks to them. So he's shy sometimes with adults, but with the kids he's not having a problem. So it looks like, let's see, Cobra. I don't know what the hell a Cobra is. What's that, HB? Yeah, sorry, I'm just seeing these now. They popped off. Yeah, he took the change good there, Kate. I don't know what Cobra is. Let's see. He has a U.S. passport. Of course, the school didn't know they could use that as a passport, which to me was just ridiculous. Yeah, the pool's going to close on Labor Day the 4th, so that sucks. Oh yeah, I got all that. I didn't know it was called Cobra, CKRB or something, but I never heard it called Cobra before. Yeah, I have all that. He has a U.S. passport. He's got all that crap. So all my kids do. They all have U.S. passports and Filipino passports. So that was pretty cool. No, Kate, we're waiting till the first. I heard from the folks at the motel, and they said it's probably going to be the first week, and you're going to have a short window to come and get the stuff out when the escrow's all done. Because they want to get in and tear this place down and put it in a little strip mall. So, okay, I was getting a text message while I was here. But yeah, we're plugging along here, guys. I really like the stove was good. We had a problem with the refrigerator. What was happening. I turned it down because it was freezing stuff in the bottom, all the way down to the bottom shelf. Everything on the top shelf was frozen solid. I lost some fruit. I lost a bunch of stuff. So I turned it down. But then when I turned it down, the freezer, everything was melting in the freezer and still freezing things in the bottom. So I talked to the girl at the place. Boom. They had a guy over here with another refrigerator just like that. I thought that was so cool. They're on the ball here. Very nice people. And he said, this one's a little bit smaller, which that's okay. Well, he said he's going to get the one he took out because he knows it's bigger, and he'll bring that one back. And he says, we'll clean it all up for you better than it is now, get it reserviced, and then we'll bring it back for you when we're done. I'm like, okay. And the maintenance guy was just cool as heck. Super nice guy. All of them are, though. It seems like all the people, they're very friendly and nice, and I haven't heard a bad word from anybody about them. Oh yeah, Kate, you don't want to use oil. My goodness. Oil, as soon as you put it in a bottle, oxygenates. And that's not good for your body. And then when you frying it, you're like super oxygenating it. You might as well just go buy some clogging material and stick it in your heart. I use ghee. You just cook the butter down, get all the moisture out of it, and then you don't even got to put it in the fridge. You just put it on the counter. And you can make it light colored, like a real yellow, and that gives it the buttery taste, like good for popcorn. And then you can do it darker, which is good for frying. It doesn't burn. If you put butter and try to fry something with butter, it burns because the water's cooking off, so everything will stick. Well, when there's ghee, there's no more water in it. You've cooked the water out. So that's something you got to eat. So I've been doing this ghee for years and years. I don't use oil. The only thing I use oil for, I got some coconut oil. I treat my cast iron frying pans with it after I wash them. As soon as I'm done with them, I put them on the stove, get all the water off, and then I pour a little coconut on there. Now, I haven't gotten any of the school supplies yet because I'm waiting to hear what I'm going to need, because each grade needs a different thing, and he still has to go for a test to see what grade they're going to put him in. And they haven't done that. The neighbor girl, her kid's going for the test this week. They haven't gotten back with me with any of this stuff. Now, they may have been sending me messages on the phone number that I never got. So T-Mobile, I don't know what's up with them. And even though the guy said it's fixed, let's see. Yeah, ghee's good stuff. I use it all the time. But I still don't know if it works. I'm going to have to give my brother a call and ask him if he'll send me a text. I haven't gotten anything yet. I was supposed to get a text saying that the bill was paid, which showed up on the dude's tablet at the T-Mobile store, which is really nice. It's right across the street. And I haven't gotten anything yet. So May went to his because he kind of tied into my phone to make all this stuff work. So, but it's on, and now I can actually go to the T-Mobile website, put in my username and then my password, and I can go on there. I tried that as soon as I got home. That's working. But there was nothing up that the bill was paid, or there wasn't anything on there. It just was nothing yet. So he said, give it some time. He said, give it a couple hours and then check it. And I haven't checked it since then. And too much other stuff I've been doing in here. So just clean it, just keeping it clean. I did, the other day I pulled everything out and I cleaned it. And then today I thought, gosh, I know that underneath that dishwasher's got to be bad. And there's just a bolt in the top that holds it from coming out. Yeah. And yeah, it was years of crud. I dumped in about a half a pint of vinegar under there, let it soak, swished it around, cleaned it out. Um, I did talk to the dude at the T-Mobile store. The cheapest phone he had was 167. It's like a smartphone, 128 gig. And because I don't want to take this one and lose it or break it when I go somewhere. Well, he said they're going to be getting in some more like the flip phones and stuff. And he goes, those are like 59, 69 bucks. And I said, yeah, I want to get one of them. That's what I want to carry with me. I don't want to, this phone I have right here, it's big. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody told me, HB, they said about the social, oh, you get this much money. Yeah, you do. You do get that much money. They give you an amount. It's over 1,000 now. But if you have one kid, you get it. If you have two, they cut it in half. If you have three, they cut it in thirds, and that's exactly what happened to me. So that's the way that goes. But yeah, that's all set up now. I did find out taking that early. If I do work over the table, then they're gonna start decreasing it, and I think that's the rottenest retirement in the world. At 65, that doesn't happen, but at 63, they're gonna, if you make so much, they'll take from your money. That's a rotten retirement, guys. You worked for that your whole life. You paid into it. Don't take anything just because I decided to go do some side jobs and make more money than most people make. You know, for me to jump in and do a service, I could make 1,500 bucks, 2,000. You know what I mean? Easy. And around here, holy cow! I just for the heck of it, the other day I called up a electrical contractor that's just up the road here, and I said, hey, I got an old house here, and you know it's got a 60 amp setup on it now, and I need a 100 amp service. And the guy, yeah, that's the law. Yeah, okay. How much you want for that? This guy was quoting me prices like 6,700 bucks without even looking at it. And he says, well, when we get down there, it might be more. Yeah. So, I mean, those guys are really cleaning up, you know, but people don't know how to do it. So that's the way that goes. But yeah, I might do some services down the road. I'm not too sure. I couldn't bring my tools with me. It was too much weight. I need to bring a bunch of clothes for him, and with my clothes and all the other stuff to carry. It just, you know, the bags get to be 50 pounds real quick. And with all my tools in it, just with my tools, it was about 35 pounds, plus the bag, you know, that was 35 pounds. And then by the time I threw a few other things, it was over 50, real quick. And it still had a bunch of room in it. So I couldn't bring them. I left them with Wes. And, you know, I just have to collect them up again. You know, Wes got about $1,000 worth of tools. What was that? Actually, they paid, yeah, they paid about 50% of your full retirement each of the first year. I don't know where you guys are getting this from. I've had so many people tell me, oh yeah, you're going to get all this and you're going to get all that. How comes I'm not? I don't know. You guys a lot of people are telling me this. Oh yeah, you're going to get 800 and something for each kid, blah, blah, blah. I'm not. I went right through the Social Security information. I put my papers in. I did all the stuff. I sent them the birth certificates, Social Security numbers, all that stuff for the kids. And I'm not getting it. Sorry. You know, they cut the amount into thirds, the amount that they were going to give. So I don't know where that's going. And I did look at the SSA brochure. I did see how much they were going to give for kids, but it didn't say that they were going to give that for every kid. When you have more kids, they cut it down. So that's what happened to me anyway. I don't know what that's about. If they find out that there's something wrong with that, maybe I'll get a big check in the future for the kids. I don't know. But, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, it's all, you hear so much, oh, you're going to get all this and that and that. And these are people that don't have kids and have done it. You know, they just read something, they look at this, and they say, oh yeah, you're going to get all this, blah, blah, blah. Nah, You know, I haven't heard from anybody who's getting it, that's getting any more than I'm getting. And I knew a couple guys in the Philippines. The one guy's got 5 kids, and he had the same thing happen to him. Now maybe it could be different because I took my retirement early instead of 65. Maybe that's different. I don't know. I have no idea. So time will tell. I'm not going to sweat it right now. The boy and I are doing pretty good. It seems like we can manage. My big thing here is honestly, we got to get a car. You know, this walking's great, but you know what? Winter's coming up. And there ain't going to be no big walking. The people from the motel gave me this really cool granny bag. I can carry four gallons of water. 6. We had 6 the one day. We're going through about 2 gallons of water a day now between the boy and me, drinking it and using it for cooking. And that was really nice. They gave me that. So that's the big thing though, is trying to find a car. There's a fella here. He's in Medina, subscriber for a long time, and he said he's keeping an eye out. He's keeping an eye out for a car. And I said, well, I'm still not going to be ready for, about 6 months. I got 600 in the hole that I'm going to use for that. And he says, well, something, if I find something real good. He was a car salesman. And he says, if I see something that's good, I'll let you know and I'll pick it up and then you can pay me over time. And I'm like, oh man, that'd be great. That would be fantastic because, I'm not trying to get into any big bills here or anything like that. As soon as I can get this Wi-Fi going, I'll get rid of the T-Mobile. My T-Mobile's a prepaid, so I have no contract. My Wi-Fi over on the wall is no contract. I can cut it off at any time. So I'm not getting into any contracts where I got a bunch of bills to pay. I don't want that. With the money the boy and I got coming in, because I still got to send money to the Philippines, guys. I got 2 kids there, so I can't abandon them. And it's just going to be tough. This place is kind of nice. A lot of people ask me how much it was. It's actually 1 square meter bigger than my house in Lipa. Go figure. And it's a 1-bedroom. Now it's pretty cool. It's $983 a month. It was $970, but we bought the insurance in case if we break a window or we smash a hole in the wall or something, they fix it. It's covered under insurance. Just call the maintenance guys up. They'll come in and fix it. They're done. So I went ahead and I bought that. I said, I'm going to get that because you never know with the boy, if something could happen, but he's been, guys, I can't believe it. He's been so amazing. He's unbelievable the change in this little guy. It's amazing me. I just can't believe it. He's happy. He's grinning all the time. We went for that big walk the other day. They said it would take 1 hour and 10 minutes. It took us 2 just to get there. And we got back, and my butt was bagly. Guys, I was tired. And guess what? Later on that evening, come on, Papa, let's go for a walk. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Get out of here. I'm not going anywhere. Little guy. I've worn him out a couple days though. I've had a few days where I wore his butt out, so I'm good with that. But he's wearing me out a little bit more. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. There's been a lot of things happen to me over this last month that is shocking. I feel so much better. I gained 10 pounds since I've been here. I bought a scale when I was at the motel, and it was 225. I didn't realize I got that skinny. I was down to 225. I just checked it the other day. I was 235, a little over 236, and I jumped on it this morning. I was 238. So I'm starting to gain a little weight. I feel good. And another thing that happened that just unbelievable. For years, my ears have been ringing. I wake up in the morning, they just ring all the time. And I go to sleep. Before I go to bed, they're ringing all day. They're ringing, and then I got up the one morning, and I didn't pay it. I wasn't noticing that they weren't ringing, but I got it. I got into the. I had to climb underneath the shelf to get pots to cook us breakfast. I got them in the bottom of the stove there, and then my ear went wow, 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 just real quick, and I was like, the ringing stopped. I was like, my ears aren't ringing anymore. They quit. They quit. I've had that going on for years, but it's done. And it is, it's quiet here. Oh, yeah. When I was in high school, I went to visit my mother one time. This was about 10, 11 years ago. And she says, do you want your school papers when you were going through school? I still have them all. I was like, oh wow, she had all the pictures and everything. We were going through them. When I was a sophomore in high school, I weighed 235. I don't know if I'll gain that much weight, but we're eating really good. I've always wanted to been reading the labels, like the boy wants some soda pop. Everywhere we go, it's full of high fructose corn syrup, and it's like, sorry, bub, no, you can't have it. And he's like, hey, he's not fussing. He's like, oh, okay. Now, I did get him some burners to try it. It's got high fructose corn syrup in it. And I said, when you finish that last pop, there's no more. So I'm not going to buy high fructose corn syrup for my boy. That makes you pack on the weight, I'll tell you. So, but we've been eating real good. We've been buying the meat here, like the chicken. Man, the chicken here is so much better than the Philippines. They're not them little skinny chickens. They're great. Let's see. Yeah, I'll tell you what, since I've been here, it's a lot better. I did get some, I had some vlogs where people commented, and it went into held for review, and there's pretty nasty people on there. But then yesterday I was going through them, and I was looking at replies to ones, because I only get the notification from people, the first one, and then I'll answer them. But then if anybody else jumps on, I don't get any notification for that. So I was scrolling down the thing and just clicking. There's 3, so I'll click on them. Some of the folks on there are just absolutely stinking rotten. One guy's like, yeah, the Philippines better off you left, you old prick. And it's like, I'm like, come on, give me a break. Okay, what's this? See, the dang thing is, one just popped up. Now it's gone. Let's see. There it is, Sean. Okay. Yeah, I looked at the bottles today too, Sean. We saw some glass bottle ones too, and all of it says high fructose corn syrup here. When I was in the Philippines, I didn't mind buying pop because it said carbonated water, sugar, and then the ingredients. A lot of these got aspartame in it, crap like that. Yeah, Bams, I can probably get some electrical service jobs. It won't be for people I don't know, because people get pissed off about something, they'll sue you. I don't want to get into a soup. It's always was a headache. But there's people around here, family and stuff, their places are ready for a service. I mean, I go look at that stuff, and some people will never notice it, but I look at it and say, man, that's over 30 years old. It's shot. It's ready to go. I looked at one the other day where the aluminum cable that was going up, because it was an overhead line, it had more breaks than insulator. I mean, it was just cracked all the way the whole line, and that's ready to go, and you got to get in there and tighten them aluminum ones. They come loose. Just even a PM on the panels. The guy was saying, yeah, we're having a little problem with the electricity's going up and down. And I says, hey, you got some Allen wrenches? He goes, yeah. So I went in there. Guess what? His main line's coming in. Those lugs were loose as could be, and nobody put the deox on it. So I said, hey, I'm going to shut this off for just a minute. And I said, you got some Vaseline? I put that on there just to seal it up a little bit, and I cranked it down real good. And I said, that'll hold you, but you need to get some deox on there, and you need a new service pump. You know, he goes, yeah, but I can't afford that. You know, they want like $6,000. I says, shit, I could do it for 2. Yeah. You know, wire went up. Wire went up considerably here. But the boxes and all the rest of the stuff you need in the breakers, they didn't go up much at all. They're pretty close to being the same. So, you know, I'm figuring $500 in material and $1,500 in my pocket. For half a day's work, shit. I'm happy as a lark, guys. I'll do 2 of them a day. You know. Oh man. I actually did when I was in California. I did some of the electricians' houses because they had always worked commercial. You know, when you get in the trade, you can do residential, you can do commercial, or you can do industrial. And I had the license for all of them. And then I went into high voltage, so I got out of that. But doing a service that's a piece of cake. It's some guy said, yeah, but it's time consuming. I'll keep watching for that. I haven't seen any cans yet. It's mostly the plastic bottles here, Mike. I don't mind if there's some with sugar in it. I don't want him getting lots of sugar though. You know, he's got stuff he wants to buy. He wants to buy all this cookies and all this. Nah, buddy, we're not going to have that here. He likes peaches. He never had a peach before. He don't like the skin on it. But if I peel the skin off, man, he sucks them up. I put some in a bowl with some milk. He cleaned them up. Tell you what, I'm back where I belong. You know, I was displaced in the Philippines for all them years, and I'm just glad I'm back. It was not the place. It wasn't my cup of tea. That's all. Other guys, it's great. They're happy. Great. You know, me, I did pretty good for years and years until I moved into that shithole in Lipa, where everything, a brand new house that nothing worked, leaks all over, problems, crap construction, you know. Yeah, he sucked up the cherries. I mean, I bought a bag about this big. I don't know how much was in there, maybe a pound or something like that. And Bing cherries. I got them at the John Eagle. I went in to get some the other day, and I said, Matty, what happened to all the cherries? I ate them. And then the other thing he really liked, and he never had before, we've always bought grapes in the Philippines. I don't worry about juicing anything, just eat the whole thing, get the fiber that you need. But I got him some Concord grapes, and boy did he like those. Man, we got a smaller pack, it was a little tiny pack, and he loved them. We washed them up, and he cleaned those up in one sitting. He loved them. So he's getting introduced to a lot of new stuff. Plus he's eating stuff that he wouldn't eat before. You know, he's hungry now. He's full of energy. We go for walks. He runs ahead and runs back and runs ahead and runs back. You know, he's just a high energy kid. I'm doing my best to keep up with him, but I think it's helping me too, because you know, it was just such a drag in the Philippines. You know, I never slept as much. I'm sleeping more now. I probably slept more in the last month than I have in the previous 6 months in the Philippines. I've actually slept straight through 8 hours. You know, I got up this morning. I woke up. It was about 2:30. Soda stream. Make sure you don't. Yeah, okay, Sean. And I went ahead and got up then, and I decided to do the laundry and all that stuff. And then when that was all done, I think it was about 6. I said, okay. And I went back to sleep till 10. I crashed back out. Yeah, I want to get him in all the sports. We did walk past the school he'd be going to. They got a huge playground for recess out back. Talked to the one lady here. Her kid's been in school there a couple years now. They'll be in, if Maddie goes to second, I don't know what grade they're going to put him in. Maybe first, I don't know. But she said, yeah, they have a nice recess hour. You don't have to buy the school lunches, but because I'm going to pack him his lunch. You know. Now, in the Philippines, you can't get celery. And if you do, it's little. It's just a little tiny celery. And they're all wiggly. They're already bad. I've never got one that was crisp and ready to go. We picked up a big celery, ones that are over a foot long, and I got some peanut butter that on the ingredients it says peanuts, just from their own oil. It's got a little oil in there, and put some. I here, try a bite of this. I made it for me, and I says, "You here, try a bite," and he wasn't liking it too much. So I did ants on a log. I put some raisins on there, and he said, "I'll take a bite." Oh, he liked it. He grabbed the whole stick, sucked it right up. He said, "Oh yeah, that's good." I'll pack him lunches like that, carrots, things to eat like that. The other thing we had here the other day was a tomato sandwich. He doesn't like the rye bread though. I like rye bread. He don't like it. So I got him some Italian, made in the store. Made him a tomato sandwich with pepper, and we did get some mayonnaise. I know that's oil again, but a little bit. And I got some treats for me. I got Clausen pickles. Wow, I'm a sucker for those guys. And I got horseradish and the horseradish sauce for putting on sandwiches. The stores around here, you gotta watch them, because I went in there and they had the rib steaks were $15 a piece. I'm like, damn, Kmart had them 2 for $15, about the same size. And I thought, that's kind of expensive. But over in Giant Eagle, I bought 4 Delmonico that were real nice. We haven't eaten them yet, but I was in the store the other day. Yeah, I've made my own bread lots of times when I lived here before, Bams. But I went in the store the other day, and a guy was loading up the thing where the beef was, and I went over there. Rib steaks, $6. Hey, Robert, how you doing? But if they're selling it at $6 and making money, what the heck are they doing at 15? I mean, you start wondering about. They talk about inflation, but who's inflating the prices? These stores? Are they just trying to clean up? I don't get it. But from one week to the next, they dropped to less than half. So we bought a couple. We had steak and eggs for breakfast this morning, and that was fantastic. And some fruit. Some of our fruit we lost in the refrigerator. It got frozen. The strawberries froze. The watermelon froze. And it was on the bottom shelf. It's just, if you put anything in the back, that's where it froze. And I had them kind of shoved to the back. And they froze, so I had to cut like half the watermelon off. It was no good. The strawberries, I lost the whole pack, and that's something I like to have for breakfast. A couple strawberries with your breakfast is always good to eat. But we still got apples. I got a couple more peaches yet. I got some grapes. So the boy's eating good. He's not being fussy at all about the food. He hasn't asked for rice one time. I have some. I have a rice cooker and I have some rice. And he said, maybe, I told him, he said today, maybe we can have some rice today. And I said, okay, I'll make some rice. He said, how about French fries instead? He wants potatoes. I made him last night. We had veal cutlets. I sauteed those real good. Cooked them till they were done. I put some cheese on them. Then I stuck them in the oven, and then after the cheese melted really good, I poured some leftover tomato sauce I had on top, and we put that over a bed of smashed potatoes. And I had 4 for me and 2 for him. He was reaching over to my plate, grabbing one of mine. So he ate as much as I did. He loved it. He really liked the veal. Yeah, Robert, I'm telling you what, I'm happy as a lark to be here. Freeze the grafts? Wes, I don't know. I didn't know I had frozen grafts. You mean grapes? Okay, maybe that was it. EBT, what's that? I don't know what that is. Yeah. Corn on the cob, we did get some organic stuff. Said no GMOs or GM, whatever that is, glyphosate and all that stuff. And we got some, and it was actual sweet corn. It was good, but I haven't seen any since then. And for us to go to Walmart, it's an 8 mile round trip. Hey Norman, no, I don't. I'm not eligible for any of that. Make too much. I did get my son's through the pension, get his insurance card straightened around, because the way my insurance worked, it covers all my kids, and we just pay for prescriptions and a small copay. You know, the biggest copay I have is like $15. And in the Philippines, it doesn't work there. You have to get the bill and then submit the bill. And the last time I did it took 6 months. So, you know, it takes a long time. Now, the reason why it took so long to get his, and I don't have my card yet, my old card's expired, I don't have it yet, is because I still got 2 kids in the Philippines and a wife, actually. And, you know, if I get a bill, I can submit it and get reimbursed for it. But now that things are split up, it's you know, they're down in the office like, what are we gonna do now? So he finally got his card. It came in the mail the other day, so he's covered. I'm gonna take him up for a physical. I'm gonna go for a physical. Check for parasites, TB, anything like that. The coughing, some people said, oh, it's from this, that, or the other. I'm telling you guys, it's the air conditioner. As soon as I get into air conditioning, it's no good. Yeah, Robert, yeah, EBT, that sounds about right. Yeah, I don't, I know the one girl here is into that. She mentioned something on it, but right off the bat, she pulled up a thing on the internet. I'm way outside the earnings for 2 people. Maybe if I had the other kids here, I don't know. But, no, I'm above that. So, because the Social Security came in. You know, not only the pension from before, I get 3 pensions, I actually get 3 pensions. So the one from California is real small, then the union, now the Social Security. So that coming in, I'm gonna have to start filling out tax forms again. Hopefully I'll get the other babies here down the road. Mumu does want to come. Maddie talks to him every day. I talk to him somewhat. Dorothy wants to come. She absolutely wants to come. And I think they'll do the same as Matthew does. They'll thrive here. He'll come right out if he asks. He does not, he absolutely 100% does not want to go back. He doesn't. He wants to stay here, even though we're walking. But he's amazed at how wide the roads are. He's learning to read the street signs. You know, I'm having him sound them out because, you know, everything's got a good street sign. He likes how clean it is. He goes, Dad, there's no garbage. I said, no, there's garbage cans everywhere. And the cities empty them. Signs all over, $180 fine for first offense of throwing garbage down. So you don't do that. Nobody does it. Nobody does it. Even when you go to cross the street and you're in the crosswalk, we've had maybe 2 people drove into the crosswalk while we were in it. But if a cop would have seen them, they'd have had a ticket. You don't go, when somebody's in the crosswalk, hey, they got the right of way. You can't enter that crosswalk. And so we've been doing pretty good with all that. Norman Jackson, FJB. Your uncle's on it, but you have 3 pensions also. I don't know. Hey Ken, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, we're really doing some, Kate. We're doing some like super bonding. Norman Jackson, good news. Where you live in Ohio, Norman? Tell me where you're at. 1500. It's going to take me a month or 2 to get the rest of it, but if it's a good running car. Yeah, Kathy. That's one of the first things he said. Papa, there's no poop. Yeah, he likes walking around with no poop. So, oh, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, right, suburb. So that would be cool. We need a buggy. It's just I've got about 600 towards one, and I have to pay for the movers this month. So that's going to cost me between 600 and 800 or more. I'm not sure. I have to pay for that and get that in. And then thinking after that, I got to get his school stuff. I got to get him some clothes and stuff yet. But I'm thinking within a couple of months after that, I'm going to try to double that money quickly. It's just we have to be careful. We're still the food here. It's expensive. I don't think it's a whole lot more than the Philippines, but it's a little more. But it's because of what I buy. You know, I'm not going to go buy packaged garbage food. I'm just not going to do it. I don't buy like that. I did get him a couple frozen pizzas, and actually they were really good for a frozen pizza. I mean, I couldn't believe how good they were. But we're not really buying that kind of food. All right, Norman, we'll have to get in touch. Can you hit me on my rickshaw, Philippines? It's rickshaw 82885 at gmail.com. Or you can hit me on Messenger, on the rickshaw Messenger. Because I do need a buggy. Yeah, that's, you know, I actually went by the appliance store the other day and I was looking at a 5 cubic foot. It was like $200, and I was thinking, man, I could set that right in here. And then when they have a good deal on chicken, like when I went up to the store the one day, they had it was like 15 pieces of chicken for $5, legs. And Maddie and me, we like the legs, and they're nice big legs. And I'm like, man, I would have bought everything they had in the store, you know, just to put it in the freezer, because you know, we need that. And here, this place, it's really nice. They don't really have many power outages, but they got generators. If the power goes out, it doesn't go out here. It's on a transfer switch, so. Yeah, I want to stock up. I always used to do that. And then, of course, when hunting comes, you know, I used to do deer. A lot of the deer I got, I would cold pack them. And you know, that's really a good way to eat them, because then you don't need refrigeration or anything. Just put them in the mason jars. 3.5 hours of the hot water submersion with a little bit of salt and garlic and some spices, whatever you want to put. Yeah, I want like a box freezer, opens from the top. You get the ones with the doors on it. You open up the door and all your cold fluid pours out. So I want one that opens from the top like I had in the Philippines. It even had little glass sliding things. Yeah, those a lot of cars though. You know something? I bought a car here years and years ago. I can't remember. It was in the 90s. It was a 50 Plymouth, and it sat for years, and they couldn't get it running. And the guy was like, man, I just want to get rid of it for what I got it for. And it was $900. I said, I'll give you $900. Well, I knew when I went up to look what they were doing, I knew exactly what was wrong with it. Yeah, because I had a 46, I had a 51, and then a 54 Dodge. And it's all that L-head motor. I knew exactly what was wrong with it. And so the guy, I bought it off him for $900. And just so he didn't feel bad, I had it towed home, and I got the dang thing home, and I made myself a gasket. I got a shot glass because the bottom of the carburetor's got glass, and that seeps. It loses its seal. So when you're cranking it and there's not a lot of pressure on it, it gets gas and it'll catch. But as soon as that thing catches, it starts sucking air through the carburetor and she won't start for nothing. And that was a normal thing with those, because the cork gaskets and stuff. I did wind up putting, I had to make a little extender for a good shot glass to fix, and I wound up getting some neoprene under there. And I never had trouble with that car. It was just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, a car, you know something, cars, if you take care of them, you know, it's like the one bike I had, you know, there was 300 and some thousand miles on that, and it never been torn down or anything. You keep the oil changed regular. I was always one to change the oil when it's dirty. As soon as the oil gets dirty, get it out of there. You know, however many miles. New cars, they're going, you know, 7,500. You're just worried about what's in the oil. That's what breaks down, the additives. And as soon as they break down, the oil will get dirty. So just change it, and your problem solved. Yeah, that's not too much. Kate, Fort Worth, Una, how you doing? But yeah, eventually we'll have a buggy. We need to get something. It's just it'd be nice to find one that I fit in. There was a car up here that they put out on the street. It was an older couple had it. It was a the hell was that? Looked like the big Chevy, but it was the Buick one. I can't think of the name of it now. Full size car. Kind of like a Crown Victoria, the old ones. And that guy wanted $5,000 for it. And it was just, if it would have been on a car lot, it would have had cream puff on it. It was really nice. I mean, and it had low miles. And he was giving up driving. 5,000, and I went by there the next day and it was gone. Somebody came up there, saw that, poof, they grabbed it. And it was I think it was a 2012, 2011 or 12 or something like that. So, 6'8", Kate. Hey, that rhymed. Oh, held for review. Who's holding on? Yeah, I know. Where you at, Una? Yeah, there's not too many cars I fit in. It's just, it's just rough to drive in them. The newer cars with, when Lee Iacocca did the cab forward, a lot of them are doing good. Yeah, I know it's pretty hot. It's getting hot down in them states. We've been in a cool spell here. Actually, one night when we first got here, before I got the blankets, we just were wearing our shirts and stuff, sleeping on the air mattress. My son woke me up with his teeth chattering. And the next day I said, man, I just got to pull the plug and buy some. I bought a big quilted thing for the air mattress because we're losing our heat out the bottom. And then I got that big quilted thing, sheets, and then I bought some heavy quilts. So we've been toasty warm since then. Yeah, I lived in SoCal for about 8 years. There's two places in this world I have no desire to return to, and that's California and the Philippines. Oh yeah, Kathy. Once the winter, once the snow flies, this walking it's not gonna fly. I'll do it, but I can't leave the boy here. He has to come with me, and me, I could do it. I have to, but to drag him out through a blizzard or something to go get food, no, that's not cool. That's not going to be good at all. I don't want him to get cabin fever in here, though. Yeah, I lived in Pennsylvania a good part of my life, almost 20 years, and I know exactly where Wilkes-Barre is. So I used to hunt up in Prince Gallitzin at the big park up there. Yeah. No, the school's a pretty damn good walk. It's like a little over 3 miles. There's a bus that comes up right in front of the building, and the kids load onto there, and then they bring them back in the afternoon. So Kate, we could do it, but that's a walk. Yeah, Sean, we're hoping so. We're hoping so. It's just trying to. There you go, Dennis. We're just trying to. We got to finagle the money to. I got to get a lot of stuff done. The furniture's the big thing coming up, so that's gonna tie up just all the money until, because I still got to send money to the Philippines, so I don't have that in my pocket. And then after that, we're pretty much set on the pots and pans. The only thing I want to buy for the kitchen now, and I think I'm done, is a pressure cooker. I saw a really nice one for $99. That's a 22 quart. with the gauge and the wiggler on it. So, you know, that'll be a good one, because that'll save me on the electric. Heat's paid here, so we don't have to worry about the heat. We do have a problem with the water. If I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, hey Sal. All right, nice you dropped in for a minute, but there's no hot water at 4 o'clock. It's like on Groundhog Day. You know, the guy says, there's no hot water. Oh, there wouldn't be any today. Well, there's none every day here at 4 o'clock. When we first got here, I wasn't getting up till 8, so we had hot shower, oh, great. But the hot water must be on a timer or something, because it doesn't come on until about 7:30. And then by 9, it's done. Then you're washing your lunch dishes in cold water, and then come back on until 5, 6 o'clock at night before you get the hot water. So I don't know. Next time I talk to him, I'm gonna ask him what's up with that, because I don't even like washing dishes in cold water. Okay, building warehouses. All right. Yeah, here it's this little town hasn't changed a whole lot. There a lot of places are. Way to go, Norman. They're like where the motel was. They're going to take that out and put a little mini strip mall in. But here, a lot of these old houses that are century homes, when the people finally give them up, they have a restoration come in and fix them up. And you see these little old houses. My grandmother lived in this town, and her house is still standing, still there. So, and it's actually kind of nice. It needs a little bit of upkeep, but they got beautiful flowers. The lawn looks kind of good. You know, everything's real nice. So, you know, it's not too bad around here. Well, the heat's electric here, so you won't. I talked to some of the old ladies down the hall, and I asked them if, you know, does it get kind of cold in here? I lived here before, back in the early 80s, for a year. I was actually working right outside. You just cut through the hole in the fence and walk across the railroad tracks. I was at work. It was a T&I, where they were just gutting the whole place. It was like a warehouse, and we were putting in tenant improvement, and that lasted about 8 months. So I just, I'll rent here. Okay, I'll be cryptic, but Tin Man Joe's got to go. Tin Man, oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. That's a shame what's going on with the government here, but still, at least I'm in my own country. One of the things that used to get me is when I would go up to somebody. The last time it happened, I was at the market, and I asked the fellow, "Hey, could you tell me which directions?" Because we didn't go there much, where the mangoes are, and he just like this. And I said, "Fake, ask him in Tagalog where the mangoes are." And she walked up to him and says, "Where's the mangoes at?" Oh, they're right over there. Go down here. But they can't hear it when a foreigner speaks it. And I'm not the only one that ran into this. A lot of people, when I mention this on my channel, they say the same thing. And people say, "Oh, you were just a rotten bastard when you were there." No, I'm not. I say hello to everybody. I start out with everybody being nice, and if they're shitty with me, I just walk away. I don't get no tiffs with anybody. It doesn't do you any good. You know, just walk away. But I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Dave. Yeah, my big thing is getting this boy raised up and turning him into a man. That's my whole duty right now. Hopefully we can get Dorothy here. It would be nice to even get Geronimo here, but I don't know. But that's my job right now, and he's doing fantastic. It's just amazing. He just falls in line. I don't got to tell him to go brush his teeth every day in Philippines. Hey, you got to go brush your teeth. And if I don't remind him, he wouldn't do it. Now he just pops up in the morning, gets a big glass of water, and then he goes in and brushes his teeth. I don't got to tell him to do nothing. I had the clothes laying right by my feet where I'm sitting now. And as soon as he got up, he grabbed all his clothes, put them neatly in his drawer. I never told him to. He put them in his drawer, and then he took mine and he put them on top of the dresser. He put the underwear and socks away, but he didn't, the drawers are kind of full. I don't have a lot of room, so. Maximus, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're slowly working on it. Well, varsity sports is a long time away, Kate. Yeah, he'll be on a routine pretty soon. So I also do have a job offer coming up where it might be a bigger move, and we'll see what goes on. The way it works at this place, if you move out, you're liable for the rest of the year's lease, unless they rent it. Well, guess what? These places go fast. You know, as soon as the place is up for rent, it's only a matter of a day or so they're gone. You know, they're getting empties all the time, and people want to be here. You know, and this is a really good neighborhood to be in, especially for him. Yeah, a woman can't raise a man. You know, that's for sure. Unless she's got help from her husband. But yeah, a fantastic kid. Yeah, somebody asked me that before. It's $983 for the rent, and that's heat included. Yeah, the only bill I get is the electric bill. So, and the girl told me, the one that's been here for a while, her electric bill's been running $40 a month. Of course, this year you just absolutely didn't need the air conditioner. I learned a little trick. If I leave my door open a little bit, hold it open because it'll close itself, and it's weighted to close, and then we get air moving through here like crazy. Yeah, they're super nice here. I talked to them that there might be. Yeah, but Maximus, we don't pay the electric. That's not on our meter. That's on the building's meter. That was that's the way it was before. When I lived here. Hey, Florida man. All right, thanks a lot. But yeah, I lived here before. My brother and I shared a place, and I never remember it being cold in the winter. We had some cold winters then, and plenty of heat. And electric bill, I don't remember it ever getting too high because we split the electric bill and then split the rent and all that. And it was a good place to live there then, and it's a nice place now. This management company is so much better. They never had the pool before. That's newer. The playground for the kids, that used to all be parking lot. Now it's just a fantastic pool. It's going to close on the 4th though. Labor Day they close it, so I got to get him swimming every day. And we swam till 8:30 at night the other night. It's open till 10. Let's see. Maximus is Jordan Melby's blogs. I don't know. Who's Jordan Melby? I never heard of him. Well, I lived there in 82, and we were paying like $375 a month for a 2-bedroom. And so you figure, look how many years ago that was. And this building is 52. My sister lived here before we did. She lived there in the 70s. And she had a nice 2-bedroom also. Same exact one my brother and I had, just backwards. It was the same exact layout, but you walked in ours and the dining thing was off to the right, and theirs it was off to the left. So, but it was a nice place then. Yeah, it's down the road. It's just got some machines in. It's got those not the walking machines, but you're like a kind of like cross country ski machines with the arm things. I like that one. It's got like it's kind of like a universal gym, but the weights are centered in the middle, and you work on 4 points outside of it. And then they got like 4 walking machines. Yeah, elliptical. Yeah, Maddie likes that one too. Let's see. Yeah, so that one's a pretty good one. Um, but the problem is, I haven't been going in there because the air conditioner's running all the time, and you can't control it. They got it blocked off, so you can't touch any of the buttons. And they got so you can't open the windows either. There's a bolt in there that only lets the windows crack that much. And this as soon as I go into air conditioning, I get a cough. It's like when we go to the store over here. When we're over in the freezer section, immediately I start coughing. It's the cold. You know what I mean? There you go, Sean. You tell him. Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff here. You know, just everybody chill. Take a chill pill. But yeah, I tell you what, I'm just so happy that I'm back. I should have got out years ago. It should have been years ago I left. You know, but I was worried about the little ones. Yeah, Kate, I used to when my brother and I lived here, we always hosted big dinners for the family. I cooked Thanksgiving. We had a big Thanksgiving thing, and I cooked a couple turkeys. And this new oven I got is absolutely fantastic. It's self-cleaning electric. It's real modern. It works great. There's a dishwasher I don't need. I just use it to store the dishes in instead of the cabinet. But we're supposed to be getting a big hutch, so. But it's going good. I got all the dishes I need. We need to get some more plates because that's coming. I don't want to buy anything for the kitchen at all because the place, the motel, all the stuff they're giving me, they said whatever we leave you can take, and we're leaving a lot of kitchen stuff. We don't want it. The glasses, the dishes, the silver, they don't want it. So. And then the bed, there's 2 bedrooms. I'm just going to take the 1 bed. I'm not going to take them both, but I'm going to get the other dressers. We already got the dressers out of the first room, which was really nice that those people just gave it to us. And then when he came over here, picked me up, we went and got it. And then I helped him put it on the back of his truck. He helped me carry it in. I tried to give him a few bucks for getting, nope. He was like, nope, just pay it forward. When you get on your feet, if you can help somebody, just do it. Real good dude. And his wife's a sweetie, Polish woman, and she's super lady. They sold their motel, and they got a nice chunk of change. So he was pretty happy about that. Yeah, Ona, they changed the refrigerator. They came that day. I told her early in the morning, and they came that day and brought me a brand new one. Yeah, the furniture's nice. It's pine, but it's nice. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not for everybody. It just was stressful for me. And the problem happened, when my big problem when I started having troubles was when I got the car. Because getting in a car in the Philippines and driving is just nuts. They're the most inconsiderate boobs in the world. My one Filipino friend said, his big joke was, how do you turn a Filipino into an asshole? I said, I don't know how. He said, put him behind a wheel. They're just inconsiderate. They won't let you in. I mean, if they're blocked in traffic, they won't let you in. They're just incredibly crappy. They're foul-mouthed. When they come, I'm in my lane, and they're counterflowing in my lane, and then they'll flip you off, like, get out of my way. What do they're in my lane. Get out. You're not supposed to be over here. It's just how they are. They don't care. They're all about themselves. And the more and more I knew Filipinos, like when we loaned money, anytime, there's a what do they call that? Translation, okay? Loan, if you translate it into the Philippines, is gift. You have to get that through your head because nobody's going to pay you back. They do not pay you back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. I thought maybe I did it. Yeah. Yeah, not having the water, that was my big thing because I'm all about having a nice shower, and you can't have it. Now here, I just got to take my showers at certain times now. I'm going to ask them what's up with that because we never had that problem when I lived here before. And I didn't even notice it was a problem when we first got here because I was getting up later, you know. But during the day, at 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, if you want to wash your lunch dishes, there's no hot water coming out of that sink. Hey, Rail, how you doing? Hello from Liverpool. Yeah, Dave, yeah, water, none. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't know about that translation, but yeah, that's about it. But here, it's nice. There still is a lot of pressure, though, and I'll just take my showers at a certain time. Oh, man. Oh, it was 983 plus the electric bill. Uh, Maybe Kate. I'm not sure. Yeah, HP. They're never going to pay you back. None of them have. And then they still come over to your house for all the parties and everything like nothing. And I even went to one guy after a couple of years. Hey, when you gonna give me something on that? Oh well, we're having a real tough time. Well, what about us and my kids? Your kids are grown up now. They're gone. What about mine? Oh, well, it's tough. We got to fix the house up. Meanwhile, they got big fancy new TVs. They're getting their place all fixed up. You're never going to get it back, guys. If you loan money, it's a gift. And don't let your woman talk you in. Oh, you know what? They'll like petition you to loan these people money. Don't fall for it. As far as I'm concerned, they're pretty much grubbers. Yeah, well, if you watched the vlogs I had, it was moving into that house was just a bummer. And then the traffic in Lipa, we had about 2 kilometers to go to the market from our gate. 1 kilometer to the gate took me just a couple minutes. I get out the gate and you're looking at an hour to get to the market to go 2 kilometers. That's how slow it goes. And you could just hit traffic. It just doesn't go. They'll get in the way. If there's traffic oncoming where it's completely blocked, they'll come in your lane and now everything's blocked. And they're beeping at you like, get out of the way. So, all right, Sean, talk to you later, buddy. Yeah, but it's definitely not like I say, not my cup of tea. I'm the happiest guy around to get the hell out of there. And I feel so much better here. I'm sleeping good. I got no more ringing in my ears. I feel better. I pop up in the morning. I'm like, yeah, let's go. We got another day. Let's go. And I take the boy. We go for our hikes in the morning. We make us something good to eat. Make sure he gets a big glass of water, and then he brushes his teeth. We get dressed. We haven't been needing showers every day like the Philippines because you're always sweaty and stinky. We've gone for some big walks. We're not getting all sweaty. It's been real cool here. It's been like 70s, low 70s. And we had a couple days went up into the 80s, but there's always a breeze here, so. Yeah, Dennis, that's a fact. No, they want you to invite them all and pay for everything. Yeah, nobody, they don't bring you a gift. Oh, heck, even my wife. No gift. Birthday, yeah. Go buy a cake. Why didn't you buy a cake? Well, I lived down in Fort Lauderdale for a while, and the year I was there, I was working a job there. It was actually pretty nice, moderate. I'd say this weather's very moderate. Yeah, everywhere around, Dave, it's been hot, and not here. Hey, D. Well, I'll tell you what, I really got a good kid. He's absolutely fantastic. He's definitely a gift from above. All of them are. All my kids are. They're just good kids. Moon was a little rambunctious, and but now that I got Maddie separate, like Maddie, will say, "You miss your sister?" "Yeah, I miss my sister." "You miss your brother?" "No." You know, they don't miss him. But we're we're stroking. We're gonna keep working on getting this place done. I'll really be glad once the furniture's in, and having a bed that's up in the air instead of sleeping basically on the floor. So, that's just the way that goes. These air mattresses worked out good. I really had it was really nice at the Walmart. There was a Mexican dude in there, and I told him, "Man, these air mattresses are like $100." He goes, "Hey, man, I just took some over to the clearance. Walk over there. I brought 3 over." And I went over there, there was 2 left, queen size, $17, $16.97 or whatever their price was. So I grabbed them. They're holding air really good. I bought they each came with the cigarette lighter pump. Excuse me. But I went ahead and bought a plug-in electrical one, much higher volume, and we blew them up real quick. And then I got the covers, the quilted thing for them. And I'm sleeping really good on it. I'm not having any problems. And the boy, he goes to sleep. He's one of these kind of kids. When you put him in, say it's time for bed, he goes into bed and it's like boom, he's out. Let's see. Yeah, they had a lot of them when I was in California too. West Covina, that's a big one, and then around San Francisco. Yeah, we watch for the sales. I don't care if I got to walk to save some money on something. Some people said, "Oh, you're just cheap. Why don't you buy that?" Well, you know something? I got a budget right here. I got so much money in the bank. I got to put away for a car because that is an absolute must-have. We're not going to get by without one, and you can't do that here. That is one thing I commend the Philippines on, whether they're old beat up jeepneys and smoky tricycles and all that. They got the best transportation system in the world. Well, when I looked at Amazon for some prices on stuff, I saw that Amazon, I was looking for pressure cookers, and I saw 8-quart pressure cooker with the gauge and the wiggler like I wanted for $280, and I went to Walmart and found it for was it 99 for a 22-quart. So Amazon, I'm not hot on them at all. Yeah, Marshall's is all furniture, I think, ain't it, Dave? I'm not in the market for furniture because we're going to get, you name it. We're getting the whole shebang: dining room table, chairs, a big hutch, glass fronted hutch, more dressers, huge couch, coffee table, couple chairs, even the pictures on the wall if I want them, mirrors, lamps, a whole bunch, kitchen stuff. There was a lot of kitchen stuff in there, and I didn't want to snoop through it, but she says, we're leaving most of it. We're not really taking much. So, but I have to get there. Well, Una, I'll tell you what, it's a lot cooler here. It's so much cooler here than it was in the Philippines. Now, I don't mind the heat. I'm going to tell you that right now. You never really heard me complaining about the heat when I was there. I like the heat. Yeah, there was a place down here when we were at the motel. They had these Columbia jackets, but they were way too big for him. And she said, "Oh, we get them in all the time, and we get smaller ones. I'll hold you one back for him. He's about the same size as my son." Well, we haven't been able to get back there yet because it's just too much of a walk for us. So yeah, we're definitely going to get him a jacket. Yeah, yeah. Everybody, most people I know, you're budgeting your money. You just can't go out and blow your damn money. And if I'm going to look at a store and, like at the steaks over here that were one steak for $15, and I can walk all the way up to uh, Walmart and get two for $15, I'm going. Yeah, Dave, used cars are selling ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe some of them. There was one out here in the lot. It was a Dodge pickup truck, an older one. It didn't have the four-door. It was just like a kid's seat behind the driver's seat, completely rotted out. It was the behind the wheel wells on both sides, all running the whole length from the front wheels all the way back is rusted. The back bumper's hanging on by a thread. He's got the exhaust tied up, and there's a lot of rust around the bolts that are holding the front bumper on. And it's like, man, this thing ain't good at all. And then of course he's got the exhaust is a little bit loud. It's leaking, and it doesn't even sound right. It doesn't even sound like it's running right. It's got a V8 in it, and I said, "Oh, cool, man. Your truck's for sale. How much you want for it?" I figured, man, he probably wants $500,000. $4,500. You got to be kidding. When I was young, a vehicle in that kind of shape, those were $25 cars, guys, and they ran good. You know, I got nothing like that close at all. Nowhere near close to me. Yeah, that's what I do. That's when I bought those chickens. I cut them down, and I cut them. The first batch I bought, I cut them down to 3. Give him 1 and I'll eat 2. But he was like, "No, Dad, I want 2." And I cut all the rest into 4s. And same way with the steaks. I got Ziploc freezer bags, and I just put them in there so they don't get freezer burned. Yeah, Dave, they get expensive. Yeah, Jollibee, I was never when the first one when I lived in West Covina, California. They opened one, and there was a lot of Filipinos around there. That was like Filipino Central. They even had the street was named after a Filipino going into one of the stores. Filipino cop that got shot. They named it after that guy, and he opened. I thought, let's go over there and try that. Let's go to Jollibee. Every bit of food I got from this guy, there was nobody in there, was cold. And I said, "Pal, you ain't gonna make it if you serve cold food." Yeah, the Filipinos are gonna eat it. They're used to anything. But I said, you ain't serving no dang American a cold hamburger and cold French fries. They're gonna laugh in your face. And it wasn't long, he lost the place and somebody else took it over. So well, the none of them around here that I've seen have it. You have to join into this city thing for seniors, and then they'll have a bus that'll pick you up, even from here across the street. I see them going. It pulls up in the morning, and they all jump in it, and it'll take you into town and drive you all around if you want, or drop you off at the store and be back in a half hour. They do all that. So, eh, you know, you got to do that. None of the stores are having delivery people. Yeah, Dave, I can't believe the prices on the cars. Yeah. No, I haven't seen anything like that, Dave. Yeah, Wes, you'd be better off in Nicaragua, that's for sure. Yeah, Lipa's just, you know how they used to say people used to get shanghaied, if something went wrong? Me, I say they got lipid, because that's what happened to me. I got lipid. Yeah, well, cars are lasting a lot longer, Dave. than they used to. You get an old Ford with 80,000 miles, you're lucky to get another 20 on it. You know, they always overheat, trouble. But the newer cars, I had a Chevy pickup I bought in '91. First new pickup I ever bought. It had a 305 motor in it, and I put a Vortex supercharger on it. And I'll tell you what, that thing, I got rid of it. I think it had about 280,000 miles on it, and it was running like a champ. Ran great. Yeah, I'm glad a lot of you guys popped in to say howdy. I didn't know how well this was gonna go. I don't think I'll be able to make vlogs for a while because neither one of my cameras will load to the phone so I can upload to YouTube. And I don't think it's the cameras or the SIM cards or any of my stuff. It's got to be their service because both cameras don't take a shit at one time. You know, they're Sony's, for crying out loud. And so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make regular vlogs. We'll see. Hey Mike, how you doing? Well, I tried to do the AdSense again, and then I found out I got to go back into Google and change all that. So I did all that, and then I finally got back over to AdSense again, and it still won't accept. They're asking me here in this country for the Swift code. I have all the number. I had the guy write the Swift code down on the paper, and I have my bank account number. It comes in a red box and says Swift code's no good. But they've been doing that to me for a while now. So something's got to give here where they start paying me. This is ridiculous. I added up all the months since I started this. It's over $3,000 now. Man, if I had that, I'd have a car. I'd have a car in a week. You know, I'd just start going around looking for a decent car and go get it, you know, or that Toyota for $1,500, and that would leave me with extra money, you know, get his school clothes and, you know, put some back for emergencies or anything like that. We'd be in fine shape, but, you know, it's just stupid. It's hard to go look at anything because everything's so far. And the bad thing is, when we were at the motel, I got the bus schedule and all that, and they got a bus number 67, and Maddie and I were walking a long way, and with the laundry, a whole big pack of laundry, so we sat in the bus stop. 2 buses went right past us, wouldn't even stop, even though I was out there waving at them. They just didn't even look at me, just kept driving. So I don't know what's up with that. No good, that's all. Stickers, what's that? Stickers, yeah, I'm getting, there's little things popping up on my screen. I don't know, Kate. I really don't know. My one buddy sent me Zelly, Zelle. He sent me money on Zelly. That was pretty cool. I really appreciate that. He's been a long time subscriber, and he said, "Man, I want to do something to help you out." And I said, "Well, you know, I'm just going to kind of sit it back for a car because that's once the snow flies, it's going to really suck. It's really going to suck without a car in this area because there's not really a good bus thing." Supposed to be, but when they two of them drive right past you within an hour, that really sucks. So no, we already went through all that. I went through the whole thing. I went online. These people here in Northern Ohio are not taking that crap. When we went up to the school and looked, there's not a single rainbow flag in there. I didn't see any weird chicks with purple hair and nose rings and all that crap. So it looked it looked okay to me, so. Hey, there he is. Hey, Ralph. No, I don't have PayPal there, Dave. I don't know. I don't even know how to get that. The only one I have now, because I'm setting up my I'm paying my T-Mobile cable, my rent, and my electric with Zilly. It's Zelle. The bank, actually, when I was here, she said, "Oh, you could set up pay with that." And I said, "Oh, well, there's bank here. Oh, we'll go get this bank because they got Zilly, and it's real easy for us to, we're all set up with that." So I was like, okay. So that's why I went to that bank and opened the account, and now I have the Zilly, and you just put in the email address. It said, what do you want to use for your code? So I just used my email address, not my one that I have on the vlogs. I have another one. It's more of a personal email, and boom. He said, he sent me $1 first just to see if it worked, and boom, it was there. And then he ran into a glitch on his end. He says, I'll try sending it again tomorrow. And then he texted, and boom, tomorrow came, and he said, okay, I sent it. Boom, within seconds I had it. That was a really good way to do it. I thought that was cool. Yeah, I don't know what Cash App is. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know what's all right, Ken. Yeah, you got beautiful weather too. It was really nice today. When we went walking on our 8-mile plus cruise of the feet, the boy and I, we were having a lot of fun, but we got rained on. Wasn't a heavy rain though. It was like just a drizzle. He didn't even get wet because he was kind of sticking next to me. I was taking the brunt of the rain. My shirt got pretty wet, but stuff in my pockets didn't get wet. My feet didn't get too wet, so it wasn't bad. I wasn't complaining. He was happy as a lark just to be out there. So, but yeah, I'm just hoping I can get if I could just get the stupid YouTube money. And the bad thing is you can't call anybody down there to say, hey, what gives? Can you fix this? Can you do something? I've sent out hundreds over the last couple of years. I've sent out hundreds of email to their site where okay, go to this. You click it and you can send them a email. I've never got a single answer one time from these people. They just don't give a crap. So, for me, that's not a good thing. I wish it would, that would take care of my car problem right there. I'd be getting hold and going and buying a $1,500 Toyota. Hey, Norman, I'm glad to be back. You would not believe how much, everything's better. My stomach feels better. I don't feel bad at all. Everything is good. We're eating really good. We're doing good. And, we're getting a lot of really good foods. Maddie's happy with the food. He's trying everything. There's some things like grits. No, Dad. I'm not gonna. He did not like grits, but I sure as hell did, and they're easy to make. So, yeah. Well, Dave, I'll tell you what. I hope I can get that fixed up. Give me a second, guys. I just want to get a chew here. I'll be right back. Okay. Yum. I finally got the chew. This is the only one I really want to chew. There actually is a couple stores around here that have Red Man, and I just, yeah, Wes, we got lipped. But I just passed it by. I don't like the sweet stuff. I like this. I've been chewing this or Twist since I was, I don't know, 7 years old. Love the stuff. And It's actually, you can actually feed it to your dogs to help them keep from getting worms. We used to give it to hunt dogs in their food all the time. But they got it at this place. I went down to this cigar shop. My one buddy online, he looked it up, and he went on to a site where they showed pictures in the store. Pretty good sized cigar shop. We went in there, super nice owner. This guy was just cool as heck. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Ronald. But he had a few on the shelf, and I went straight to it. I'm like, oh man, you got it. He goes, oh no. He goes, you know something? There's me, and there's a guy up the road here, about a mile. We're the only two. There's people that come all the way. He named a couple towns that are a good ride that come over here to get it. And he said, what I do is I buy, I usually get 10 or 12 cases in, and I put them out there. And when I get down to like 2 cases, I order it again. And so he says, you know, we keep it. He says, a lot of people really like that, you know. And I don't like the sweet stuff, Levi Garrett, Beech Nut, Red Man. I don't want all that crap in there, because then you got to spit all that juice out. But you guys want to hear somebody give me a thumbs up or something if you want to hear my most funny chewing tobacco story I ever had. Let's see. I don't spit. I chew mail pouch. I never spit. But I'll tell you my chewing tobacco story. I used to work with this guy named Mike in California, and we were working a job. We both lived in West Covina, and it was pretty far. It was way over in Orange County, all highway though. And I had a Honda Element, which was pretty cheap on gas. I loved that. Out of all my cars I ever had, I have to say that was one of my favorite vehicles I ever had. And he had this big Ford Excursion that little kids could walk underneath it. It was jacked up in the air, and he said, I'm getting like 4 miles to the gallon. Can I ride to work with you? And I said, yeah, ride with me. How about we'll split the gas, you know? And he was shocked at the end of the week when, you know, he only had to fork out about $12. You know, he was like, I thought it was going to be 100. And no, this thing's easy on gas. And I don't drive hard. I never was a fast driver. So we're driving, and I had this little cup that you just pulled on it, and it popped open, and you spit in it, because they're getting mail pouch in California too was terrible. So I was chewing the Beech Nut Red, and he's like, man, what do you get out of that? I said, well, you know, it's like people smoking, I guess. He says, oh, that's something. And it was in there for a couple days, you know what I mean? I had it about this full, and I picked it up and I spit on it so you don't get spittle on your shirt or anything like that. And I put the thing down. He picked it up, and he opened up the thing and took a big drink of it. And he goes, oh man, this is terrible. I never told him. He just drank a big old gulp of spit. That was funny. But he got green. He turned green. And he was a big strapping boy. He was one hell of a good worker. I had him on a whole bunch of my jobs because he could really, that kid could really work. He was kind of like, looked like a UFC fighter, and just a strong kid, and do anything you ask him. He was one of them kind of workers you got that never griped, never complained, just a happy guy. You know, he was happy that he was making money. He was still an apprentice, but he was happy that he got into something. He says, man, before this, I was working as a bag boy in the grocery store for like $8 an hour. And I'm like, yeah, that's tough. And out in California, it's tough to find a place under $1,500. I'll tell you what, it would make it. I think it would make it. Well, you know something there, Maximus? He thought I was drinking it. You know what I mean? He thought he didn't know I was spitting. He thought I was drinking it. So he was going to take a swig of it. That's what happened. You know, but he was at work. He was telling the guys that, like, oh man, I don't know how he drinks that stuff. And they were all looking like, what? You know, because a lot of guys chew. You know, there was a lot of fellas. I had some guys were working, you know. Yeah, Zelly, Zelle. So yeah, that's the one that transferred. That was a guy from the Philippines sent me that money through the Zelly, and it worked really good. You just put in my full email address, and then if you got Zelly on your phone, you click it, and it was like, oh, that was really cool. And it was no kidding. He hit me on there. He did the first one for $1, and then when he went to do it again, it wanted a code, and he set it up when he was in the States, so he couldn't use it. He said, I'll try again tomorrow. Maybe give it a while. Then he hit me on Messenger, said, okay, I'm sending it right now. And I just happened to have the phone in my hand. I said, okay. And as soon as I opened up my bank account, the online, poof, it was there. Oh, we got, I should write it down, but MV, B as in Victor, French, French, all one word, at hotmail.com. That's the one. And that's how it goes through Zelly. I don't have any other thing to get. I just wish that they would accept the stupid Swift code on my my banking stuff, and then we would be set. You know, I don't have to have a big fancy dancy car, you know, but I'm just not going to get into payments. I don't want to get into payments on anything. I got a rent payment. Oh, cool, Kate. Yeah. So I don't even think I could type that in there, but it's MV like in Victor. So. Yeah, that's cool. Me, I have to honestly tell you guys, I never, for how many years? It's been close to 5 years I've been doing blogs. I never wanted to uh, solicit for money or anything like that. I never wanted to do that. But now that I got the boy here, and I kind of had to split things up, uh, I'm telling you what, I'm so thankful for some of you subscribers that helped out, because it's not going to waste. I mean, we're not frivolously spending it on crap. We're getting what we need to get set up. I haven't bought anything that's crap. I did buy him a little bit of candy, stuff like that. He saw a candy, Snickers bar he wanted, because in the Philippines those are really something. He wanted. I bought him one, you know. Yeah, thanks, Kate. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. What's this? Yeah, Benny. Hi, how you doing? Uh, when you live amongst them for as many years as I did, and you can ask Wes this too, you're going to find out it's like they're money grubbers, and that's the norm. That's the norm, that they're money grubbers. And it's very rare you find somebody who isn't. That's just the way it is. Yeah, Rick, yeah, I remember the old barns. Yeah, you know something, Wes, though? That would probably do it. I think if I can find a rainbow flag, I'll put it on my next thing. I don't know if I can do a vlog with the camera, but if not, I'll do another live in 3 or 4 days, because it's not cool. I don't know why. It did say when I went to the Sony site, and they popped up a thing. You couldn't do anything on the site. This thing popped up, said attention. They'll be down until August. I believe it said August 21st. So that's not that far away. It can't be my equipment. It just can't be. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, you have to put Zilly on you have to load the app. because I had to do it on mine. I had to load the app on mine, or it wouldn't work. The girl in the office helped me do it. My bank does have it, but even the bank doesn't just automatically put it on your account. You have to load the app. So yeah, I got to get me one of them rainbow flags. Maybe I'll get a big bag of Skittles and hang it behind me. Okay, no worries. No worries about it. Yeah, I liked when I was eating they had plugs. I used to chew the days of work. It's a little bit sweet though. And then what I really liked in Missouri was the one they called Bee Twist. That's where they don't put any molasses in it at all. They use bee, honey. And that stuff, that's my absolute 100% favorite chew you can get. It's twist. It comes like a pretzel. It looks like a twisted up pretzel. And last time I was in Missouri, I bought like 12 cases of the stuff and stuck it in the deep freezer. And that lasted me for, my goodness, I'd say I left in after 8 years of being there when I retired, and I still had half a box left from that initial 12 that I bought. It just lasts a long time. So, and these things last me a month. They last me right around a month. Now, the first one I bought here didn't last me a month because I hadn't had it for a while, so I was like, putting too big a piece in. But I really love the chew though. It's I just chewed. I've been chewing since I was a little kid. I always chewed. So, and I don't get any, some of you saying, oh, well, maybe the chew's making your throat bad. I've had this same thing. I've never been one for air conditioning. When I lived up in the high desert in California, the only time I put my air conditioning on was when my sister came to visit, because with her heart trouble and everything, I didn't want her. But my house wasn't really hot. I learned a trick on that house. When I would go to bed at night, I'd leave the garage door cracked about this much, and then I had a real big secure, like a jail cell bar on the side door to the garage, and I'd leave that door wide open. And then I would open up the bathroom window in the back, wide open, and then one of the windows in the front, I'd crack that open about 5-6 inches. And by morning, you were underneath some serious covers, because I'd go to work in the mornings, any water on the ground was frozen. So, and then close everything up. And when I get home from work, sometimes 5:30, 6 o'clock, it was still cool in the house, like air conditioning. So, yeah, well, that's what my buddy said when he sent the money. He opened it up. Here. I don't know how to do the PayPal or anything like that. I don't want to get all this shit jammed up on my phone. It's a real headache. You know what I mean? The one fella sent me my one buddy. He said, "Man, I'm gonna send you 500." And I said, "Man, you don't have to do that." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you." He says, "I give 600 a month anyway, to help folks out." And I'm like, "Wow, this is pretty cool dude. Christian dude, very solid Christian dude." And he says, "I'm gonna send you 500 of it, and then I'll give them 100, and then you get 500. Man, that'd be great. Okay, if you're really gonna do it, that'd be great." He just mailed me a check, so that was really cool. So, but Western Union, I don't know. I don't know. I know in the Philippines, you can go to any like 7-Eleven, and then you just go there, and you go to the machine and punch in your phone number, and you get dough that way. I don't know. Gcash, there's a lot of them places, but I don't know how it all works. Hey, from the sky, I don't know what she's planning on doing. Uh, I'm out. The thing that happened was I wanted out of Lipa, plain and simple. I just had to get out of there. So the plan was for us to go to Mindoro, where we put the well in, we put the septic tank in. I wanted to go there. I wanted to sell the house and go build a house in a matter of a couple months. I'd be right there. We could live in a nipa hut for a while and build a really nice house, and then that's where we'll live. Well, she's no. You're not selling this house. And guess what? Without her signature, I can't sell it because I can't own land there. And it's like, I'm not going to go down to Mindoro and take every last cent I have to put into a house. It's going to take me 2 years to build. You know, I'm not going to do it. So if you don't want to go for this, I'm leaving. End of story. We were together about 11 years. So it was just like, and then, you know, all the complaining about telling me how I ruined her life. That's okay. I can't ruin it no more. So I'm glad that I stopped ruining things for her, and I hope she has a wonderful rest of her life and that she'll be happy. Yeah, that's it, Wes. That is it. And by the way, guys, Wes, when I went to come here, he helped me out a lot. Guys, you just wouldn't know. He's a hell of a man. He helped us out. We could have made it here, but we'd have been struggling just to eat. I'd had to budget the money so tight because I left with not a whole lot, and he came up and, man, he really, really helped us out. And without him, it would have not been so easy. He made things easy is what happened, because we got into the motel. We couldn't get this place. We were supposed to get in one, but it was like on the 4th floor. And I worry about the balcony with Maddie. And I was saying, hey, can we like screw this shut and all this? And they said, oh, there's one on the 1st floor opening up. It'll be ready at first. So we took that, and then we were looking for motels down along this stretch. It has a lot of motels, and expensive. We had one that was $1,000 a week. Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. And the cheapest we could find was 400. And then my brother was going back. I'm like, man, this is not good. And then I saw this little one. I said, oh, well, there's one. Let's stop in there. I saw it when we were coming up, and they gave us a good deal, like $250 a week. So that was great. So that worked out. And then I wound up getting into, you know, the furniture thing with them. You know, they're just like, yeah, you could have it. You know, we can't take it with us. So I was like, okay, cool. Hey Gilbert, how you doing? Shunting from the sky. Yeah, the dollar's not so strong, that's for sure. Peso was going up really good against it, and it was helping us out. It was nice to have a bigger chunk of money every month. But when you go to change your Filipino money back, it's not good. It's not good to change back because it got cut down quite a bit. But what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Yeah, Benny. Tacloban, that was one town that I liked, but it got wiped out. I was actually there in the Philippines, but I had a lot of pictures where I was standing by the MacArthur statues. They're real tall. And I had a buddy that lived in town when we were standing at MacArthur's. If you look to the east, his father's place was there, and he was going back to fix it up. And he's Filipino, and his wife's Filipino, 30-year Navy man. Then after that, he sold siding and stuff, and in Illinois. So they were going to retire to the Philippines, and he came back to fix the house up when that hurricane hit, and they never found him. So. Okay. But Tacloban, I thought, was a really good, I thought it was just a really nice town. It was a pretty good place. The bad thing happened to me was the starting of the driving was just ridiculously stressful. And then being lipid with that house. moving into a brand new house. I thought I was doing something so good for my family, and it just turned into crap. So, and it wasn't cheap. That house was $45,000, and wife wouldn't let me sell it. So, hey, okay, fine. I'm just walking away. It's not mine no more. So she gets it, and that's sad, but that's the way it goes. I just couldn't be there anymore. It's not as welcoming ever since Duterte got in. Um, it started going, anti-American, you might say. And then this Marcos, he's a Green New Dealer. He's in the One World Order crowd, guys. So it's not going to be good. At least here, I'm in my own country. 1,300. Well, my son and I, we paid for our tickets about $16.50, I think. Yeah, you got to have a throwaway ticket because they will not let you in without a return ticket if you're visiting. No, Florida man, I haven't heard that it was sold at all, so I really don't know. And if she does sell it, because the car was put in her name, and if she does sell it, I doubt I'll see a dime. I seriously doubt it. So I'm not going to sweat it. Everything, it's all hers. That's just all there's to it. It's hers now. So I'm not even going to worry about it anymore. That was the house I worked for and paid for, and too bad. I was in marriage before where I lost everything, and this time it was me just walking away. She was a caddy at a golf course. Yeah, the Class A caddy. I mean, she was a good caddy. But then we started having babies, and mom needs to be home. I'm a kind of person the mom needs to be home. Well, Gilbert, you know something? I walked away. Stick it up your butt. Bye. That's just how it went. I doubt I'll ever see a dime. She'll keep that place. She said, "Oh, we'll keep this for the kids." Well, Lipa is a terrible, and it's going to get worse because across from mine, if you hang a left out of my place, go up the road about a half a mile, and turn right. There's a road that's got, I don't know, 90 speed bumps until you get into Lipa, and they're building big factories with trucks and stuff. So it's only going to get worse. That road is just terrible. It's a donkey path. They ain't going to make it bigger because they capitalize on the space with buildings, so they don't make the roads wide enough. My son, the first thing he said here, "Wow, Dad, I can't, the sidewalk's as big as the street." I said, "Yeah," and he can't believe how big the street is. The streets are huge. There's 2 lanes each way, and then a left-hand turning lane or 2 left-hand turning lanes. And then the sidewalks are at least 6-7 feet wide here, everywhere you go. So, that was something he commented on right away. Yeah, the car could be my name, but that was my wife. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt on everything. That's my wife. So, and we owed a little bit on it. Couldn't afford the whole thing. I wanted to keep money in the hole. So we borrowed a little bit, and I figured that's going to help her credit. And that, I was just trying to get her a leg up because she didn't have good credit. So I thought, okay, well, that's fine. It didn't matter to me. That's my wife. We're supposed to be married till the end of time. That was the deal we made, but she's not going to honor me as a man and a husband. Bye. What's that? Said, just another moderator took place with. Yeah, but we're doing we're doing good. The boy's happy as a clam here. It's really nice. He's making a lot of friends. I'm loving it. I can actually talk to people. Yeah, my name's on the house too, but if I want to sell it, I can't sell it. She has to go in there and sign too. It's considered, in the eyes of the Philippines, it's her house, no matter what you do. Now, if she can't show that she put money in it, I could ask her to leave if we separated, and she would definitely have to go. But the house is ultimately hers. So I'm not going to stick around in a place. People say, oh, well, yeah, I got comments from some people. Hey, you're just a rotten bastard. Good thing you're gone. No, I'm not a rotten bastard. I just got fed up with taking the shit from these people all these years. You know, they don't pay you back. They come up and smile at you. But even after they borrow money, they come back and say, hey, you know, really appreciate loan me. Could you loan me another 100,000? You know, the nerve. You know, it's just the, you know, the unmitigated gall of these people. I just got so fed up with it. You know, I just stand there. Okay, no, sorry, I can't help you. Yeah, Cebu's actually kind of a nice town. I've been there a couple times. It's a lot cleaner, but you know, it's only a matter of time before a lot of places turn into a crap hole. If you got a really good governor there, and they're on top of things, it's really nice. But like Governor Gwen, when she goes, who's going to get in there? You know, somebody on the take. You know, and then all of a sudden the places fall apart. Because when I was looking at Lipa, it was a beautiful town. I was like really impressed with it. And I really liked the fact that we moved into a place that had no speed bumps. And then what was the first thing they do? Start adding speed bumps. You know, and they aren't the speed, these are like the 5 mile line. You got to come almost to a dead stop to go over these speed bumps. And by the way, Philippines is speed bump capital of the world. I mean, if one person gets a speed bump, the neighbor's got to get two. I'm serious. It's the way it is. Anybody who's been there, they got these damn things everywhere. And if that ain't enough, if there's a pothole or something, they don't fix it. What do they care? You know, and if they do fix it, most of the stuff is really substandard. You see a lot of concrete stuff going in, and within a year, it's falling apart already. You know. Yeah, Wes, thank you very much. It'd been a really rough go without you, buddy. I really appreciate all the help you gave us. Yeah, and some people can take it, and they're happy. Maybe it's because of the different location. Most of the people I see that are happy don't drive other than a motorcycle, and then when you see them driving somewhere, there's nowhere near the traffic that we wound up in. You know, 2 kilometers taking 55 minutes an hour. Come on, that's a joke. Nobody ever paid us back in all the time, I was there. Well, you know what I did, Una? I went up to the bank and I said, hey, can I have some loan applications? And the lady gave me one. I said, can I have a couple more? Because in case if I make a mistake. So she gave me like a stack of them. Anytime anybody asked me for money, I just give them a loan application. Yeah, Cebu, I was there. I was actually there a couple times. Another city I kind of liked was Davao City when Duterte was running it. Uh, I was down there for almost 6 months and no dog poo. I actually wanted to move there. And that was another thing. I went, no, just no. And no talking about it, nothing. It was the arms were crossed and it was just no. Kind of like that on Oh Brother, Where Art Thou at the end where the woman crossed her arms and said, I'm counting three. It's just a no. There's no discussion, nothing. It's like I'm of no value there to the woman. She's going to do what she does, and I got no say in it. So, bye. That's no big deal. Well, you know something, Christopher? I just walked away from it. I'm not going to fight over it. I'm not going to do anything. She can do with it what she will. I don't really care. But, to get something the way that she got it is, I don't want to be around people like that. I just don't want to be around them no more. Yeah, Joe, that's for sure. I liked it there when I was there. It depends on the area you're in too, Davao. I was a long way from the airport. I remember when I was leaving, the taxi picked me up, and my flight was at like 2:30 in the morning, and it was a 35-minute drive to get there. So, yeah, driving there. Yeah, Una, yeah, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's in my top 10 list of really good movies. We're in a tight spot, and I'm a Dapper Dan man. Yeah, the Warvie girls. Yep. Yeah, Benny, there was a lot of people got wiped out in Tacloban. Yeah, she would need my signature to sell it. Now she can go to court and say because I left, she'll pull some kind of abandonment thing or something like that. But no, I went down before I ever left. I went down and seen a lawyer, paid him and it's cheap fees to pay him. And I asked him what I need to do to be able to get out of here without any headaches, and he spelled it all out. So I basically did what he said, and I'm not going to sweat it. Yeah, Kathy, there's a lot more peace of mind now. I never saw that one, Una. I never saw The Big Lebowski. I seen it. I can't remember the name of the guy, but I have never seen that movie yet. I just seen little excerpts of it. Well, I don't know, Wes. It's got nothing to do with me anymore. You know, she can drive it. She'll burn the clutch out, but hey. Well, I haven't been to Tacloban for, my goodness, it's been quite a while. I don't know how the congestion is there, but I liked it. I thought it was clean. Folks were pretty nice. And I went down to Southern Lady way out in the sticks, but you got to be careful going there. If you get any kind of a sickness, there may be a really good hospital a couple miles away. It might be a top of the line hospital, but guess what? Getting there, your golden hour is shot. They do not get out of the way for an ambulance. If there is an ambulance, it's two guys that are just floor sweepers. Hey, jump in the ambulance, help carry this guy in here. They have nothing on the ambulance for you other than they lay you on the floor. They drag you in and lay you on the floor. So there's no help there. So your golden hour, if something bad happens, you're screwed. You're basically screwed. And nobody will get out of the way. And a lot of it has to do with these stupid ambulance drivers. They'll put their lights and sirens and race through the traffic and go the wrong way and then pull up to a damn Jollibee and go get lunch. So, so people just say, screw you. I'm not getting out of your way. And they don't. They will not move over to get out of the way. So, but you got to be real careful. And then, like when I went to the hospital one time, when my heart was beating funny, there was no doctor there. It was late at night. He was home. They had to call him. They had to call him up to come in, and it took him about, I don't know, an hour or so before he showed up. So. Oh yeah, I was just talking about that to my buddy about for him riding around here with all the crosswalks and all the stuff. I'd love to have a tandem bike. Put him on the back, and then I don't have to worry about him riding off a curb or something on a bike. There are some bikes we can get cheap here. I really don't want to spend the money because it ain't going to be long before the snow flies and it gets real cold, but a tandem bike would be perfect for us. Have a basket on the front, a couple baskets on the back. We could, and then we can get somewhere because we're right on the bike trail. And I do have the map of that, and it's amazing all the places you can go and pop out into a certain area of town right from the bike trail. Like we go from into the town that we live in, we walk the bike trail uh, the whole way, a little over a mile, and we pop out right in the middle of town. My bank's there. There's a Giant Eagle. There's there's pizza places. There's lawyers. Just a beautiful little town. So yeah, Wes, I believe it. It's not going to get better with all those buildings they're putting up. And when I drove down that road months ago, a lot of them were just about done, and they were actually bringing materials in, like warehouses and stuff for construction gear and all kinds of things like that. And it's going to get worse because you got the workers got to come in there to get there. Plus, you're going to have deliveries going out, and they're going to jump on the main road in front of my development, and it's just going to get worse. So, it's not the place to go if you're going to the Philippines. Yeah, some of these girls, they just don't want to talk it out and reason. One of my best buddies I talked to quite a bit, met him through the channel. We talk a lot, and he says, yeah, men think with logic, and women think with their emotions. So, and it's, as I get older, I'm starting to notice that more. Yeah, walking ATMs, Wes, you're right about that. You know, and you're a second class citizen. You get no rights. You go into any kind of court thing or anything, and they're going to side with the Filipino woman over you every single time. When I got my motorcycle accident, I lost my motorcycle was 92,000 peso. I lost 5 weeks of work, broke my collarbone. They wouldn't let me work because my arms were skinned open. I didn't have my jacket on. And he turned into my lane, and he had nowhere to go. He just put his head down and turned left, and I hit him broadside. And I didn't get any of that stuff. The judge was even asking me, well, why were you off work so long? I think I pissed her off because I said, well, you were off for a month because you had a cold or something. That's why we couldn't come last month, because you were off. I said, I'm not 20 years old anymore, and I think that pissed her off. So she awarded him made him to pay me 30,000, which wasn't even to pay for the bike, which was a loss. And then he never paid it. And then guess what happened? I go back and say, hey, he doesn't pay. Oh, you got to start the case all over. And that case was 3 years. And he smirked at us all the time. He knew he was going to get away with it because he's a Filipino and I'm not. So, yeah, the thing that really ruins things, Una, is you get these guys, like I was talking to my one buddy down there. He's way north of Dumaguete. He got away from there. He said a lot of these vloggers, they meet at this one big restaurant every day, and they sit in there all day till night. They eat their breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. They don't go nowhere. And they start talking about how the Philippines is and this and that, and about other vloggers and all this stuff. You got to get out amongst the people to see what you're going to run into, and it's not all good. It's not rainbows and unicorns like they portray it to be. Hey, Bubs, how you doing, man? Well, maybe it was just walking. It was walking. I should have gave my son the walkie-talkie. Oh, these things aren't scrolling up. Yeah, you're I always said second class citizen. You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. Well, they if you go into, there's a couple malls we went to. They have a Sbarro's there, and you can get a big Stromboli there that are really good. They're a little bit expensive, but every now and again I'd go get one. Yeah, that is Chris. It's annoying when you run into that. It's like they don't care what you say. That's the way I started taking it because they just do it all the time. Yeah, rainbows and unicorns in the Philippines. It's just not that great. I I think the main problem in the I always said that if I got some tennis shoes, I would put a target like from the Target stores here and put it on the tops of the shoes because Filipinos are masters at shooting themselves in the foot, you know. And they're just self-centered. They're very self-centered people, and they're very what do you call it, commercial. You know, they got to have this, they got to have that. You know, I bought a watch. Okay, I'm wearing my watch. I don't. Hey, you know, you see it, you see it. I don't go. Everybody they buy. Oh, look at this. It's a so and so from here and there, and you know you can't get these. You know, and they go on and on about a stinking watch. You know, who gives a damn? It's just material stuff. You can't take it with you. Yeah, I was in Thailand a couple times, and it was pretty cool. But it was a language thing that killed me. Oh yeah, Joe, they do that. Gosh dang, so many times. I was in the line at the grocery store just it was only a month and a half ago or so, and the one woman just pushed her cart right in there. Just I mean, pushed into my cart to go in there. I said, "Hey, lady, wait in line." Nope, she just ignored me. And then a little while later, she waved her friend over. They just do this stuff. They'll line jump you all the time. Yeah, Bubs, it is good. The Sabaros is I always like to eat there. I like that. And then you can get a lot of stuff from S&R. I actually got a turkey. It was expensive, but I wanted to have my kids a turkey. We're going to get them here. I talked to the lady at the store. I says, "Hey, when do you get the turkeys in?" She says, "We'll be getting them probably October. We'll start getting turkeys in." And then she says, "Of course, Thanksgiving there'll be a lot." She says, "But wait for the sales." That's why I'd like to have a deep freezer because I would like to go after Thanksgiving and pick them up real cheap and put them in the deep freezer, you know, and then I could have one once a month or something for a couple months. Yeah, Bobby, it's not it's definitely not what it's all cracked up to be. It's just not. And they try to make it like the Filipino people are so warm and they're just so nice. Yeah, just like everywhere else, there's some of those, but in general, uh-uh, you're not going to find that. You can look all day, you ain't going to find it. You're going to run into people that are just rotten pricks, especially if you're in a car. You know, it's just crazy. So I'm not. I don't think I'll ever go back. If I have to go back to pick up my daughter, I'll stay at the airport. I won't even go through the gate. Well, a lot of them are. A lot of these people are just. It's all bullcrap what they tell you. Yeah, there's some nice folks. I ran into some real good people that I just love to death, but don't loan them money because they ain't gonna pay you back. Okay, let's see. Hey Tim, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, a lot of them do that, like how wonderful it is, and you know, it's part of the thing where I got it so much nicer than you syndrome, and it's not. You know, wherever you go, there you are. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ronald, as long as you're kicking up money, if you're coughing up the money, then they're gonna love you. As soon as you stop coughing up the money, they don't care. Yeah, Overstay Road. Yeah, he comments sometimes. He's been to a few lives. I watched a few of his vlogs. Younger dude, and I don't. I was never like a big follower. I had him subscribed on there. Watched a few of them, but you know, I got my thing. He's got his. Yeah, Joe. Maybe they do because they're painting this rosy picture that ain't there. Yeah, I saw a lot of them, Dave, from Dumagetti. That's where my buddy says they all just sit in that same restaurant, and then, that one guy who interviews other vloggers. That's all he does. He sits around and interviews. And then there's some real weird ones I met. You know, some of them got on. I got on the messenger and I talked to him for a while, and there's something wrong with them. They had that one guy gyrating a little 5-year-old Filipino boy right on his lap on the camera. He took the video down, but there was something wrong with that guy. Yeah, go. You know what I think? It's best to go where you're welcome. Go to a place that you're welcome. I don't think uh, you're as welcome there as it used to be. When I went back there, in the late '70s, '80s, man, you were an American. You were like royalty. The people treated you nice, and they were friendly. They never asked for a dime. They were all working, and that's all changed. Well, the new Marcos dude that's in there, he's a Green New Deal guy. Uh, you look at what he's doing, he's going to wreck the transportation system. They can't even keep the power on now, and they want to put in all these electric vehicles. Lipa's got a bunch of electric vehicles now. How are they gonna how are they gonna power them? They do day off electric all the time there, just to shed power. So, what are they thinking? But the new Marcos, he's a one worlder. He's a one world government guy. So you just watch him, and the way he got in, he was not elected. He was selected, by the rulers of the world. Because he's going to jump in their deal. He got his good deal where he won his case. He didn't have to give the billion back that they claim his father stole. But I know when his father was in here, the place was humping. Pesos was 2 pesos per dollar, and everything was good. And then after he was gone, you just watched it climb because the new people got in. Filipinos, they don't really worry about taking things from other people. Yeah, but something, Maximus? Did he really? Watch what's happening with all those Chinese. I was at the airport and a whole plane load of young 20-something Chinese got off, and there was nobody else, no women, no kids, no nothing. That's some kind of tourism, ain't it? Yeah, Dave, that guy, that Thornton guy, he had a rant. I actually got somebody saved it and sent it to me. He had a rant where he just went ballistic. This guy, he's definitely the cheese slid off his cracker. Uh, Not all the time. He seems like he's okay because I watched some of his vlogs, but that one where he flew off the handle about politics. I mean, just keep it out of there. I don't know. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Bye. My little buddy's coming back in.
Bye-bye.
A lot of people, that's one thing that Filipinos do when it comes to authority. They just bend over and take it. They have rights there too, but if a cop comes up and says, do this or do that, they don't know. It's like me when I would walk into the store, they'd say, hey, put your mask on. Keep walking and ignore them. They don't know what to do because they're so used to everybody just conforming to their will, you know. Well, something, I saw a thing on there that there was 138,000 Americans there, and it stayed steady for years and years. And after the place opened back up, 38,000 left, and I'm one of them. 38,000 people left since early this year. Florida Raccoon pizza story. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what these guys do. Yeah, they'll just bend over and take it. Even my wife was the same way. Oh, you have to listen to that. Oh, I'm not listening to that. Some flunky comes up to me and says, "Hey, you got to do this or that or the other." No, you know, I do feel sorry for the security guards. Every time they open up the door for me, I always slap them 100 pesos or something because those guys make about 8 grand a month. Pop your head and say hi. What'd you do at this door?
Huh?
Come on over here. Let's turn the light on. It's getting dark already. There's my buddy. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
You have fun today?
Oh, I forgot my thing.
I smell candy. I smell it.
No.
You were sucking candy. You were sucking candy.
Oh, I forgot my Gatorade over there.
Go get it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Come back. You come right back, okay? Because we got time to eat. I got his food. Hang on a second, guys. I got his food in the oven. Oh man, guys, they're perfect. They look good. I got some really nice chicken legs. We got a good deal on them at the Mark's store over here, and man, they're nice. They're nice, fat, juicy ones. They're not them skinny ones like in the Philippines. These ones are nice, fat, and juicy, and that's the way that's gonna go. Yeah, he forgot his drink, so he went running back over there. Yeah, Dave, that's weird. Every jab. Oh, excuse me a minute. Dang it. Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back. No, that's the first he's seen it, Todd. And he loved them. I made him one because they were so big. And then when I went to get the we found a bunch at the store. 15 big legs for $5. We bought 4 packs. And I split them up. Well, he wanted them split up in 4 because he wants 2. And I said, okay, 2 for me, 2 for him. And he eats his food. He eats his stuff. Yeah, the women there, it's all they're they're basically marrying a paycheck. You know, they'll sit there and tell you how much they love you and all that. Now, my wife was 17 years younger than me. I didn't want a real young one. What do we got in common? You know, they'd have more in common with my kids and grandkids. You know what I mean? But you know, it seemed like a good idea at the time, and it worked out pretty good. But you know, she always, I'm trying to think of the right word for this, petitioned for another Filipino to me to help them or do this or do that. Or if some Filipino said something, no, I'm not doing it. No, you have to do that. You know, she was always on the side of anybody else but me, constantly for years. And that just gets really old. You know, you're supposed to be working together in a marriage. And when that stops, it's not a marriage anymore. You know, so, c'est la vie. And it's a shame. You know, it's a real shame. But that's the way it goes. I hope she goes out and gets a job. Yeah, I love my babies. I hope I have, Norman. I hope I have them. Dorothy here. I know she'll never give up Mumu. That's her baby. But the things that happen with Mumu one day, you know, he'll smack Maddie real hard and then start crying. And Mom will go defend him, and I'll say, I was looking out the window, I was watching him. Maddie didn't do nothing to him. She doesn't want to believe the other kids. And now I think Dorothy gets some of that. I don't know for sure, but you know, it's just crazy. It's crazy the way that goes. He's a favorite. How you feeling, buddy? You waving, huh? Come on, sit up here. Don't bump that, because that one leg's not so good.
This one?
I think it's that one, yeah.
Maybe this one.
Yeah, it'll tip right over, because the plastic thing's broke. It's not holding it anymore. I got to drill a hole and screw it. I don't have my tools here, or I'd fix it. Yeah, Dave.
What's for dinner?
Chicken. Chicken's in the thing. It's got to cool off.
Oh.
I got your chicken. I got some potatoes in there too. Okay, so we're gonna let this go for a little bit. We got 2.5 hours. Yeah, we're gonna get in here and get his dinner ready. That's got to cool. I picked up a Lodge Dutch oven. They had a kit, and they had it out on a cart sitting at the end of the aisle.
I thought we played there.
I know. And they dropped the price like in half. It was 67 or something like that, and they dropped it down to 37. So I thought, boy, I better grab that. I don't think I'm going to see that again. But it's the one you got to get with Lodge on the lid. If you get a regular smooth lid, all the drippings go out to the end of the lid, and then just drip back in the bottom. This one has little tits on it. I mean, I don't know hundreds, but a lot of them. And then the moisture gets stuck on there and then drips right back on your food. So you don't got to flip your chicken or do nothing. Just cook it. And it comes out great. I mean, it comes out fantastic. I love my cast iron. Yeah, the building's 8 stories, that's for sure. Yeah, Dave, there are a lot of them. It's all pie in the sky. Yeah, Dave, some people hate me for that. Boy, you wouldn't believe some of the hate stuff I get from people. A lot. You know, I'm just at the point now when they put them up. I have the thing on, and when I see one that's really crappy, ad hominems and all these attacks against me, I just immediately delete them. Yeah, Norman, I know I love the market down, the Central Market. That's a great place. Well, he's not too big on bread, but he likes potatoes. He doesn't want rice. I was going to cook it the other day. Nah, it's okay. Yeah, I did the first ribeyes in the cast iron, and then the ghee, and just salt and pepper is all you need to put on them. And you like the ribeye steaks, Bub? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We had ribeye steaks for breakfast with eggs and stuff, so it was pretty good. Yeah, if you go down where Wes is, there's, I don't think there's any English, or hardly any at all down there. You have to speak Spanish. So, like some people say, I don't speak no Mexican. Well, I didn't even know there was a language of Mexican. I think it's all Spanish. I knew a bunch of Spanish guys when I was in California, and the ones I ran into, I don't know about the rest of them, but the ones I ran on the job, you could count on them to get the work done for you. Yeah, Bubs, you can hand them things down for generations, you know, just for generations. They're the gift that keeps on giving. I do mine as soon as I'm done with them. I hit them with that steel scratchy. I make sure they're good and clean. Soap them up, clean the bottoms. Then I put them on a hot stove until they're dry. let them cool a little bit, and I pop a little bit of coconut oil or ghee, and then I just treat them up so that they're, and then next time you go to use them, just wipe them out with a paper towel, and I keep them down in the drawer underneath the stove, and the lid that I have fits. And I love my cast iron. I wish Lodge still made that Sportsman's Grill. They make a Sportsman's Grill now, but they changed it and it's crappy. The old Lodge Sportsman's Grill was great. The new one, it's overblown hibachi as all as it is now. Yeah, the old Sportsman's Grill, and that's the one you could buy in the Philippines, and I wanted to get that. But it just never worked out. I just never wound up going down there and getting it. But the new Sportsman's Grill you get here, it's crappy. It doesn't have a little door where you can add wood to or your smoke stuff. You got to do everything from the top. It's a hibachi is what it is now, and it's heavy. So yeah, that's how I did his chicken tonight. I put a little ghee in the bottom. I put it inside the thing. I put the lid on it and poked it in the oven. And they're looking perfect. They're looking time to eat soon. Hey, Treeland, how you doing? Yeah, something I've had cheaper Lodge pans, but the best ones you can get are I said cheaper Lodge pans. Other brands than Lodge. The best ones, get the Lodge. You can't go wrong because they test them. I actually watched a video, a Lodge that they put out, and come and say hi. Trina saying hi. Poke your head in there. He's working on on his puzzle. There's my happy boy. You happy, buddy? Do you like it in America?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, I do my chicken livers I put ghee in there. I put them in that pan. I start them out with water, actually, boil them up real good. And when the water's gone, it makes that nice stuff in the bottom. Then I throw in a big glop of ghee, like about two and a half tablespoon size. And then just put the lid on and just fry them real slow for half an hour. And they're crunchy and they're good. It's not like the wet ones. Yeah, you got to wipe them down. You got to wipe them down with oil. I do have some coconut oil here I use, or I just use the ghee if I don't have coconut oil. I made 5 pounds of ghee. He does Maximus. He does the Messenger, the Facebook Messenger, and they got the picture, and they play games and they do all kinds of stuff. But he's, so, and that'll be a little bit later because they're, it's 9 o'clock there in the morning. So, yeah, cast iron. That's my go-to cooking utensil. That's all. Yeah, I knew a lady that. Cat lady, actually. She used to never clean her cast iron. One time I was in the house, she had a problem with her oven, and she had the cast iron stuffed in the oven. And it was just because crud got on the pilot. She just didn't clean it. So I did a cleaning on her oven for her, cleaned it all out, cleared off the pilot thing, and then boom, it was working again. But she had all the old stuff. She's, oh no, cast iron, you never clean it. You just put it in and cook again later. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I clean mine when I'm done. I just am a clean freak, I guess. But you building your puzzle, buddy?
I'm building it down here.
Okay.
I have chicken noodles over there.
Did you? Oh, cool.
It was good.
He likes chicken noodle soup too, huh, buddy?
I mean the like ramen shape.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I used to love to have squirrel gravy. I'd get the squirrel, put them in heavy salt water, put them in the fridge overnight, and then you make up the soda gravy, and then you go ahead and put it in there, put it on low heat early in the morning, low heat, and then when you're done, you can actually take a fork and basically pick the whole skeleton of the squirrel out, and then just make some squirrelies, and get your biscuits. Get your butter biscuits and throw them on a plate, smother it in squirrel gravy, and I'll tell you what, another thing I really liked to eat was groundhog. I used to cold pack that all the time. Bobby 57, Guy, what you do, how you make it, and they have all kinds of stuff on how you make it, and the people dick around with it, and what you do is you take last time I made it, I took 2.5 pounds of butter. I got some nice Amish butter here. I put it in the pan, and you cook it down. I got a big deep, like a Chinese wok. It's made out of the same as the cast iron. It's an iron one. You got to oil that one too, and then you melt it and you cook it real slow until it stops bubbling. Once it gets all the water out of it, you pour it through. You got to pour it through a strainer. Yeah, but okay. You pour it through some strainers and into your jar. I put it in the fridge for half an hour, let it get thick, and then I put it on the counter. And it's basically animal fat. You're better off eating animal fat. All the big heart attack and all the big troubles didn't happen until they started refining vegetable oils, and the way they do it is just horrible. It's an industrial process. So that's ghee. The Indians use it a lot. Yeah, let's see. All right, Una, thanks for coming. Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna be into the seasons here real soon. I like squirrel. I do like to eat squirrel. All right, Florida man. We're gonna. He's doing really good with his BB gun. Last time I think we had 100 rounds, and I get to shoot one every time he misses. I think I got 4 last time, and he's doing pretty good. We're gonna find him a chipmunk 22 single shot, and I'd like to take him squirrel hunting. I do like the Lodge. I like the dimples on the lid. I haven't seen any other company doing that. Now maybe, I haven't really looked lately. I've been in the Philippines, but I like that where it's gonna drip. Like if you do a whole chicken in a Dutch oven, stick it in the oven on low heat, and it's just constantly dripping back onto the chicken, so it browns it perfect. And I learned a long time ago the way you cook stuff like that is put it in there, and then when it's done, you know what'll happen? You smell it, and it's done. You want a piece of chicken? Okay. Well, you know something, Wes? You guys, I'm gonna have to go too. I gotta get this little hungry hippo over here something to eat. Let's see. Born Free, hi. Okay, yeah, we're glad to be back. Yeah, I want to get him into hunting. I'd love to teach all my kids how to hunt. I think they would do far better here. I think the sky's the limit for Matty now, because he's really fitting in well. He's a really good egg. I mean, I can't believe since we've been here, he's not given any problems at all. Nothing. He's just being a super kid. So hey, Harry. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I'm going to thank all you guys for stopping in. And I'm going to probably have to do a live again in a few days because the cameras. I'm going to try them again maybe tonight before I go to bed, see if I can get a video up and mess around and stuff. All right, Todd, you too. You have a good time, all you guys. It sure was nice talking to you. Yeah, come up and say it.
Big shout out.
Atta boy. See ya. Yeah, Dave, I could do something like that. You know what I'd like to do? Why don't everybody on the channel and the people who watch my vlogs pick a good name for the channel, and we'll go over them. And somebody else mentioned that. I think it was I don't know if it was Bams or oh, I can't think of the other fellow mentioned it in on one of my vlogs in the comments. He says, yeah, you just have all your subscribers help you pick a name. All right, Born Free, Dave, Tim, Norman. Okay. All right, Dennis. Okay, guys, we'll see you later, okay?